All right, Marcus.
Happy Friday 13th.
Happy Friday. Oh, it's Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th,
Oh,
and
shit.
it's a full moon.
Is it really?
Full moon tonight, bro.
Oh, man.
I am fired up.
Yeah, they say, was it true as a cop that
Yes.
things got weird on full moon nights?
On full, especially in the summertime.
Do you have any stories?
Oh, I've got
Dude,
lots
you're
of
like
stories.
blending into the dark star background.
Oh, absolutely.
What do y'all think, Mark? What
But
do y'all think? What do y'all think?
Now, wait a second. I'm going to ask, and you put it in the chat.
I don't like this.
Put it in the chat. Does
It looks
Travis
like you just have a head.
I do just have a head.
It's
Does
just a head.
Travis, look at Travis. Show your fingernails, Travis. Does Travis have a blue hue about him?
Dude, you're kind of freaking me out with this.
Travis has been taking so much methylene blue. He is beginning to have a blue hue. And I think he's a little freaked out. He's a little freaked out because then
Guys, am I blue? Am I turning blue?
Because I showed him the pic. He didn't know about the blue people in Kentucky. And then he Googled it. And then now he's really freaking out. I just want you to know he's very nervous about this.
I need to show him the blue people. They're not going to know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, no, the blue people of Kentucky. It's a real
Was this
thing.
guy on one of them Dr. Phil's?
Yeah, no, they've been on talk shows and stuff. It's really interesting.
They called him Papa Smurf.
I think so. But folks, you just let me know. Look at Travis, but maybe you adjust the contrast on your monitor.
Oh, this is straight.
Yeah, no, they're blue.
Oh, he turned blue. Oh, okay. Now this is not helping my paranoia about it. Man who turned blue after taking silver for skin condition dyes. What was that goat? Hey, dude, that's reporting a death here, and you're giggling like a little girl.
Dude, I want to join the
You're
blue.
awful.
I want to join the methylene blue club. I really do.
Are you going to take some with me?
Yeah, I'm going to take some. Should I take some?
It's so
live?
funny because I think of Breaking Bad every time I talk about it. The blue meth.
Should I take some live today on the show? Should I drink a glass?
Do you want to try it? You tried it before, nothing happened.
Well, I have a very high tolerance for things like that.
Do you really?
Yeah, I've got a high tolerance. I do. So if you got to take 2 aspirin for a headache, I got to take 3 or 4. Thank God I don't get very many headaches.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
No, this is apparently you weren't. With Mark, you never know what's serious and what's not.
What do you mean by that?
You know what I mean.
No. What? Tell me. Oh, no. Now, what do you mean by that?
Mark will say something
easy,
very seriously, and you're like, he's had me believe in him a couple times. I wrote along like, yeah, and it ain't true. You like to mess with people.
Now, wait a second. Last night I received a phone call from you. What?
You need light on you. Keep talking.
Last night I received.
I'm gonna fix the light on Mark.
Okay,
guys. I'm gonna fix it.
See, he's all worked up about turning blue. Okay, folks. I just want you to know he's kind of losing it a little bit on this. He's like, no, really, am I turning? And I'm going, yeah, dude.
Johnny Cash looking at.
And if you look close, folks, I'm telling you, you might need to adjust the contrast on your monitor.
How about this?
But he's getting a little bit of a.
How do you like that?
He's.
How do you like that? That's what you get. What you get.
I'm telling you, folks, look at him. Look close.
Mark,
now,
what
maybe
kind
it
of
has
selfie
something to do.
phone?
He is wearing a lovely blue tie today. And also, he told me that the color of his new suit. Say something nice about his suit, by the way, folks. It's a brand new. It's linen suit. It's very.
Thank you.
It's very dapper. Okay.
See that?
But he's wearing this blue tie. Maybe it is the blue tie that is casting
that light
this.
looks a lot better, right? Can y'all
Yeah.
see Mark's aura? He doesn't look like just a head coming out of a black wall, does he? It's pretty cool. It's much better.
Dude, we're having so much fun. Travis called. Now, let's pick up where we left off because you made some accusations. You said, hey, Mark, well, he'll just lie to you, man. He'll straight. Travis calls up between 8 and 9 last night. Hey, man, I got something really serious to talk to you about.
Wait, don't.
I'm not going to go into
We
detail.
can't really talk about what we talk about.
No, but what I'm saying is you just made an accusation that is, first of all, patently untrue. Now, why would you do that?
I'm trying to think of the last one that.
You can't think of one because there is no such
First
thing.
of all,
It doesn't exist.
as my agent, he actually pays people to ask for my autograph. What agent does that to them?
I don't pay, but I encourage.
He paid them.
No, I didn't pay him
Didn't
anything.
you slip him $20?
No, I did
Look at
not.
this.
But there was a gentleman that did ask Travis for his autograph. This whole thing about the Beast of Trinity, Texas is getting out. And by the way,
I think my head's swelling a little bit.
I saw some pics the other day because I trained with Jordan a little bit on some stuff to do. Anyway, dude, this film is going to be bad. But Travis,
You said the film's going to be bad. Why is it going to be bad?
It's going to be badass. I saw this. Jordan didn't really show
Morning,
me
Mom.
with some stills. Hi, Rose. But he did show me a tiny little, like a 3-second snippet of you in one of your scenes that is
I did it.
Awesome, dude. It's awesome.
You did. I said I wasn't going to do that.
What?
Scratching my beard on.
Oh, you did it, didn't you? Oh, jeez, Travis.
Oh,
you can't
my
be
goodness.
You can't be doing that, brother.
I'm sorry, Mark.
It's okay. But anyway, Travis made a serious accusation, and I'm just telling you, Travis does it, not me. He's projecting is what he's doing. Okay. So when I say he's got a little bit of a blue hue, you can now see your mom is on here. She's probably like thinking maybe you're feeling a little ill.
No, she knows you're full of shit, dude.
What?
Yeah, she knows. By the way, folks, thank you for joining the Defiance Daily Show. It is Friday, the 13th of June, 11:07 a.m. Central Standard Time.
No, Central Daylight Time.
See here, he's got it. He knows this.
Am I needling? But that's true. It's not.
You're nagging.
No, it's Central.
You're nagging. Oh man, that's bringing out his He-Man woman haters card coming out. He nagging. You be like a nagging broad, baby.
Being accurate. I am being accurate.
Naggity.
It is.
I gotta be careful.
You better. Dude, what'd you just?
I think my fatigue almost came out. Goodness gracious.
Oh God. Oh, Timothy.
It's okay, dude.
All right.
It's okay. We all, I exaggerate. That's kind of my female tendency. I guess yours is naggity Ann.
What are you talking? Just being accurate.
Naggity.
It is Central Daylight Time. That's why when we post stuff, I say Central Time, because if they see it come, during standard time, they'd be like, well, what's CDT? We're not CDT. We're standard.
Talking about drugs?
I'm talking about drugs, dude. Anyway.
Are you really talking about drugs?
It's one of my favorite topics.
Got something for you, dude.
Dude.
You ready for this?
Travis has already warned me that today dude, it's poking out of your dadgum.
I got some.
Dude, that is so nasty. Golly. Jimmy, man.
You want some of these wings, bro?
Travis,
some of these wings
has an unhealthy.
Look at these wings.
This is unhealthy.
Here. Put it on your bike.
No. No, dude. That reminds me of choting.
Oh, you want some of these wings?
No. Oh, God. Those look so nasty.
It's libbies. You want those libbies? Want some libbies?
If you asked a mad scientist.
Is it because you were an ex-police officer? Is this like bribing a police officer? Hey, man. You know what they selling on the corner of there in Paducah, Texas? They got these wings, man. They got libbies. Oh, look. I got a little broth.
Oh, no, they're dripping. Travis, damn it. That is so.
Folks, listen to this. That is pure, high-grade, mechanicalized pork, chicken, and other stuff.
What other stuff, dude?
I don't know. Look at that.
Is there any gel in there? I love the gel.
There's some gel right there. Folks, look at the gel.
Dude, if you'd have loaded those up in a condom, it would have been a lot more effective. Dude, that is. Oh, God.
Is that what they're selling in Paducah?
No. People in Paducah are smarter than to eat those things. You can't even buy them things in Paducah.
I heard you like libbies.
No, I don't.
You want some libbies?
Dude, you want
some libbies?
You are the king Vienna sausage man. No, God. What are you?
Oh, man. Man, that's that good. Oh. You know it's good when it smells like that. It smells like libbies.
Oh, God.
You ain't living unless you're trying to libbies. So did you ever would you busted somebody as an HPD officer in the 80s for selling libbies? You'd probably arrest somebody for that.
No, I wouldn't.
You'd do it for fun, man.
I wouldn't want them in my shop.
You wouldn't want them in your shop?
I wouldn't want them in my shop.
Man, those are super potent in the Ziploc. I kind of like that.
They steamed up a little. It's kind of like the gag of woe.
Look at that. Look at the moisture collecting on the desk.
Dude,
They're bouncing.
Travis.
Bouncing libbies. That could be like a world.
Dude, that is
war
so
weapon.
freaking gross.
Boingy, boingy,
Dude,
boingy, boing. Here.
The bag is leaking, Travis. Please. Put that probably.
Oh, you want some?
No.
He said please. Folks.
That was probably leaking inside your jacket pocket on your new suit. And now you're going
Oh, I got Libby tits.
Nice.
I got Libby juice on my titties. Oh, damn, that's straight up leakus.
Oh, jeez.
I ruined my new suit.
Travis.
Actually, I made it better.
Travis.
I should probably put some on my wrist.
Oh my God.
Do it like a proper gent.
Please put those away. Please. Do we have a napkin or something to clean that up with?
No.
Or what are you going to do? You going to just.
Here, you give me
No. Hell.
give me your sleeve.
Dude, I'm sorry. I'm going to go get a paper towel.
Mark gets really uncomfortable.
God, that is so
around
freaking nasty.
Around
that is disgusting.
I really it bothers him.
God.
And it gives me so much pleasure and enjoyment. Hey, Mark, will you give me another can?
No.
Mark, there's more cans in the pantry.
Where is like some Lysol or some sort of disinfectant?
You want me to spit on the desk? I'll spit and you can wipe that up.
Oh, dude, that is just so freaking.
Mark, as a
look, you got it on your sunglasses, dude. It's leaving a snail trail from your sunglasses.
Cool, that's awesome,
dude. That is just
look at
so.
Here, will you wipe?
Dude, God, man.
I don't what? No, it's not grossing me out. I love it.
Oh God, that is just Travis. You've got a screw loose, bro. That's not even right, man. I think that is a.
Damn, that's really potent. Well, I kept it right here for you. Folks, one day we will get Mark to eat
Mark is
Vienna
never.
sausage. By the way, my mom said I am not blue. So screw you, Mark. That's what you get. I
just.
You should get down there and lick that
I
Libby
think,
juice.
I think your mom is coming to your rescue, which that's what moms do. And she.
Don't even.
And
You
she
do what we will have.
Nothing wrong with
You're
that.
just.
Your
Did y'all
mom
see
needs
how
to-
hard his nagging came out when he saw the Libby juice drip on my titty? Something wrong with you, boy. Something wrong with you.
So you and your Vienna sausage. Dude,
I found like a little drug dealy bag. That was perfect. Next time I'll bring singles.
For those of y'all that
Because people
wonder
get
if he
overwhelmed by a lot of drugs at
actually-
one time. So
he
I'll just bring
actually
you.
likes them.
Just bring one.
He actually likes them. He eats this. This is not for the show.
No,
He- Eats them.
I love Libby's.
He buys them by the case.
Costco and Sam's, yeah, you get like a bulk load of it. So I never run out of Libby's. I gotta have my Libby's.
There's something wrong.
What is going on with our?
What? We got a lot of books coming soon.
Oh, okay. I
Oh,
thought
okay.
something was. I was about to be so.
What's that?
Sorry, folks. Just bear with us. I'm trying to do a little promotion, but I'm getting a little buzzed up by my Libby's.
That's what you get.
No,
being
that's
so-
what you get.
No, that's what you get for being obsessed with little wieners.
Why you gotta say it like that?
What?
Do you want? Should I tell them about your nickname?
My nickname?
No, not your nickname, but what you are now. My little.
No, dog, dude.
I'll be good. I'll be
Okay,
good.
thank
Honestly,
God.
yeah. This is kind of a family show, I guess.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. It's, I mean, for those that are brave enough.
I guess I blocked my cookies. Sorry, folks. I'm trying to do a little.
Oh my
I'm
God.
trying to be good at this, man. All right. You know, I'm a little. I think yesterday I got a little punch drunk, didn't I?
Dude, you were
I
in
I
rare
think
form, bro.
I was.
You had a lot of the methylene blue.
I think
and
I
then-
lost my
and a
mind a
lot
little
of
bit
coffee.
yesterday. Okay.
Did
It's
you
all
do some
good.
espresso shots yesterday?
No, I did drink.
Drink what?
Oh, I did the rich brew. That's what I didn't do this morning. I brewed it rich When you're Burt Rich, you get the
You
itch.
get the
You get the itch to bitch.
oh God. Jeez.
Anyway,
That is so,
folks, welcome to the Defiance Daily
you're
Show.
just being so offensive.
You're watching this live with Roberts and Pruitt. Do not forget to go to defiancepress.com. That's defiancepress.com. Check out our books, check out our authors. Supporting our author in turns supports Mark getting another case of Libby's for the office.
No, Mark.
Please don't forget to hit that link to defiancepress.com. Go to our book section
man.
to see what we have.
We've got
just
some
came out.
exciting new authors coming on board.
So,
bro.
we have been busy bumblebees.
We've been
back
busy
there.
little beavers, haven't we?
Yep. And if you have a manuscript, hit that get published link right here and submit your manuscript and your details. Follow the prompts here on defiancepress.com to submit your details. If you have any questions, call Mark's personal cell phone. No, we won't do that. No. If you have questions about the industry itself, the publishing industry,
Email me.
How to yeah.
My God, I thought you were gonna do it.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Oh my God.
No, we know
Oh,
enough about that.
Jesus. Oh God.
But contact Defiance Press. If you have any questions, reach out to 281-581-9300. That's 281-581-9300. Or reach out to Mark at defiancepress.com. His address in Paducah, Texas is
Paducah ain't that big, bro.
Yeah. And Mark, do you want to give a little shout out about the Author Ascension program?
Man, you know what? I wasn't expecting that, but yes.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I kind of put you on the
kind of threw. Yeah, that's okay. No, it's actually very, very. I'll break it down simply as I can. If you're an aspiring author and you would seriously like to become a best-selling author, now there's a lot to that. It is way more than just writing a good manuscript. We're not going to get into all the details right now. That's not the venue for this. But however, if you are serious, and we've gone from little wieners and everything. Now I'm trying to be serious. You put me in a little bit of.
Dude, this is what we do here. We get this. We're all over the place, man.
So
welcome to the show, folks.
Right now I am. Am I being serious right now?
I don't. That's my chair. I promise. It sounds like I'm farting, like nonstop.
I'm actually trying to be serious.
I wish you would hurry up and get with the Author Ascension program. Sounds like something that's not very serious.
Serious. Feel free to email me, Mark at defiancepress.com, and I'll send you some more information. But if you really would like to be a best-selling author and learn more about that, we have a 12-month program. It's training. It is outstanding. It's very affordable. Thank you, Travis, for coming up. You and Lisa put together a really good.
That's all Lisa, man.
And it's a great program. And I strongly, if you know somebody that would like to be an author or who has written a manuscript and is interested in that, have them email me, Mark at defiancepress.com. I'll send you information. It is a 12-month program. And at the end, you have a published book, your very first book. It'll be done. It'll be ready to go, be ready to hit the market. It's a fantastic program. We're the only ones that offer that as far as I know, there's no other publisher that does anything like this. And I think it's, I think it's fantastic. I'm super jacked about it.
Oh yeah. We are very unique in this market space, not only for the social media presence that we're slowly building up. It's also the publishing side of this, and also the content we are preparing in the background with our authors. So stay tuned for some more updates there. This is Defiance Press and Publishing. You're watching the Defiance Daily Show broadcast. Mark,
live from Conroe,
Texas, from Conroe,
from the Defiance Studios.
From the Defiance Studios. That's right.
Jeez, man.
That's right.
Which will also be highlighted in the upcoming film, The Beast of Trinity, Texas, which when it was filmed, it was actually in this office.
Yes.
It'll be part of the scenes.
Yes.
There's a lot of Defiance branding in that film, by the way, too. So I'm pretty excited about it, dude.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome, man.
Yeah.
I'm very pumped for that. That's Beast of Trinity, Texas. You can follow them on Facebook. Just look up Beast of Trinity.
It's gonna be a great
Texas,
film,
and you can see all the latest updates and all the good stuff coming out,
especially for the Bigfoot guys. Are you a Bigfoot person, Travis? I mean, are you intrigued?
Sorry, I just burped.
God, Libby's, dude, that is so nasty. when we bring up Bigfoot, because Bigfoot do stink.
Oh, Mark has a Bigfoot story, but he refuses to tell anybody of it. And I think that will get a lot of content here on the Defiance Daily Show. But
Maybe we need to
instead,
talk about it, and then we'll just set up a time.
you're just screwing around. So
No, I actually did. I didn't see Bigfoot. I had an encounter with Sasquatch in Arkansas when I was a teenager, and it was pretty amazing. I still don't know if you believe me or not.
I haven't even heard the story.
Yes, you have.
All you do is you just tease on this kind of stuff.
I do not. Are you calling me a tease now?
You are. You're a nagging tease. You are like the worst ex-wife ever.
Jeez. Well, I've had enough of them. I've gotten good practice.
Oh.
In fact,
oh my goodness.
That was my first Bigfoot experience.
Was it really?
No, just kidding.
Hey, do you know how to work these controls?
Not really, no. Do I need to?
Well, when I tell you you're going to hit camera 3.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to do a little segment here on the Defiance Daily Show.
We're winging this, folks.
Yeah, look,
Travis doesn't tell me anything, and then he's.
But I got to find the right music.
Do you know how to work this board?
There it is. All right, let me. First, I'm going to download this because we're doing this. Live. This is.
Are we going to get?
This is kind of a. It's part of a way to honor Pops over here, but also to pleasure myself.
Do what?
Do I even have the?
Travis,
hang on, folks.
You're saying things that.
Mark, don't judge me. You said you wouldn't judge.
Travis,
we listen. We don't judge. Oh, that didn't work. Oh my God, that's annoying. Okay.
Travis,
man. Hang on, I gotta fix this. But anyway, what I wanted to do was
Jiminy Christmas.
Is this gonna repeat?
Oh God.
Repeat one time? What is happening?
Why is your phone blowing up?
Mark, don't even start.
Are people wanting to know?
Okay. I think we're gonna start off this. I don't know what I'm doing here, folks, so just bear with me. All right, we're gonna do a we'll do a little live run through segment. This is gentlemanly wisdom. So we're gonna start a little segment here called gentlemanly wisdom. I'm gonna go pop over in the chair when I tell you hit camera 3. All right.
So hang on, is this 3? Where's 3? I can't.
This is 3.
Okay.
You can't see right there.
I can't. Okay, so that's,
dude, nobody's sitting there, Mark.
Okay, so that's okay. So I'm one of those two then, right? Okay, I got you now.
I got to turn the music down. It's getting obnoxious.
Folks, I have no idea what I'm doing right now. He did not warn me about this at all, which
don't y'all like the fancy music? Man, we're getting fancy as shit on this broadcast, man.
Are you going to copyright us? Or are you going to get us in a...
I hope not.
I hope not either, man. I just know now. I know this one button to press. So now, before Travis has tried to keep me out of the loop on all of this stuff, he's like, no, don't touch.
I don't have my headphones, so you got to tell me if you can hear me.
Okay, I'll tell you if I can.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Just make sure you get in your mic a little bit there, buddy.
Eat it.
Yeah. So
can you hear me?
Yes, that's good right there. So stay right there.
I think the mic's going to fall on me.
No, I don't know what he's doing. Here's the other thing too, folks. I cannot see him right now because everything blocked. I have no idea.
My back is sinking in this damn chair.
Okay.
Did you fart?
Oh,
oh, that's the Libby's. We're gonna have a little fun here today.
Okay, just tell me when to press the damn button.
Mark, this is a segment. We'll call this the gentlemanly segment.
Okay,
it
hasn't started out.
From a book that my pops got here.
Okay,
I got my glasses on, and I just realized it's staining my eyes with Libby juice.
Oh my God. Jiminy Christmas, man.
But
tell me when to hit the. Do you want me to hit the button?
Here. Go ahead and hit camera 3.
Okay, boom, camera 3.
Welcome to the gentlemanly segment, ladies and gentlemen. I'm your host, Travis Roberts. This is some gentlemanly wisdom that Pops passed down through the years. Okay. This is a book called As a Gentleman Would Say. This is by John Bridges and Brian Curtis. I'm going to read what my dad wrote. I found this going through a lot of my stuff, and it got a little sentimental about it, but also it's something I've been trying to study up on, learn a little more about. So I hope you enjoy it. This is as a gentleman would say. The opening to this book, my dad got it on my birthday. He said to Travis, "Hope I raised." What does this say? Oh, he actually got this book for me and my brother. He said he got my brother a copy as well. He said to Travis, "Hope I raised my boys to be Texas gentlemen. Enjoy, Dad." He also would like to say he borned me. So let's go through the. Isn't this nice? Look, it's got a little
It's actually a beautiful
gold,
book. It's
gold lining there.
yeah, I like that.
So we'll read a little segment here from 53 things every well-spoken gentleman knows. And obviously I need to be reading this if you've been watching the show. I could use a little tutelage, don't you think, Mark? Mark, you especially.
Yes,
You're
me
a
especially.
Magdalene over there.
God almighty, dude. God.
A gentleman knows how to begin a conversation. A gentleman always thinks before he speaks. Man, he also thinks after he speaks in order to build upon the rightness or correctness, correct the wrongness of what he might have said. If a gentleman is subjected to a rude remark or rude behavior, he does not offer rudeness in return. A gentleman allows others to finish their sentences. Even in his most brilliant moments, he does not interrupt others, no matter how dull their opinions might be. A gentleman does not talk with his mouth full, even over the phone. A gentleman is slow to judge the actions of others, either in their public or private affairs. A gentleman does not take part in major arguments over minor issues. When a gentleman learns that two friends are to be married, he tells the groom to be congratulations, and he says best wishes to the soon bride to be. Keep that in mind, Mark, okay?
Nobody ever did that with
Mark
me.
over there says don't do it. A gentleman makes a conscious effort to use correct grammar, but he resists all temptation to sound stuffy and overly grand.
Okay.
I'll take note of that one. Unless he is teaching an English class, a gentleman does not correct another person's grammar. So that's page 1 and 2 of As a Gentleman Would Say. So we'll continue these segments here in honor of my pops and to really go through this book to help the men out there to be more gentlemanly.
I like that, Travis.
You like that?
No, you just came up with this on your own.
I did because I found Pop's book, and I got some other books.
That's really
these
actually pretty
topics,
cool. I didn't know what to
and,
expect here,
A
bro.
lot of it is when you're dressing well, you're feeling good about yourself, and you're carrying yourself in a professional manner, and you always keep a pocket full of libbies. Keep that in mind.
Is that why you're always picking on me for the way I dress?
A little bit,
because you're always degrading my dress.
All right, switch back to camera 1 or camera 2.
Camera 2. We're
Camera
back on
2.
camera
Good
2.
job, Mark. All right.
Man, listen.
What do you think about that, Mark?
Travis, I was waiting for something to happen because you were being serious, but you did have to throw a little caveat in there about the libbies, which, again,
all right, let's shut the music off. We're
music
done.
That was a nice pick, but
the gentlemanliness is over, Mark.
But the Texas gentleman, I was surprised you didn't have something more Texasy for the background as far as.
I'm just reading from the book my pop gave me.
Yeah, but it was for Texas gentlemen, right? The when he inscribed,
you could say that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to see my pop's picture, but he looks really classy in his little. He's got a felt cowboy hat. He's got his bolo. I mean, that's part of like the logo we have here.
Right.
Oh, we do have some new designs coming. I didn't tell you. So I'll
full of surprises today, folks.
I'll save it.
That's
but
a bold strategy,
folks, really appreciate you tuning in to the Defiance Daily Show. Let's get started. We are on the brink of World War III. And this time it's not Ukraine and Russia or India and Pakistan. It is now Israel and Iran. But before we get started.
And you just all of a sudden went dark, dude.
I know. I don't want to do that. I got to show Mark some videos.
Okay.
All right. So, Mark, I'm going to get your reactions to some of this stuff. I hope you're ready.
Oh, okay. All right. By the way, you do look nice today, Travis.
Thank you.
Yeah, that is a nice suit. And I know that you call that's a salmon color. It's not pink.
It's not pink.
Well, I mean, it could be.
You want me to throw this on you?
No, it's salmon.
Actually, I would never throw coffee on, but not hot coffee. I would give him Libby's juice. No, folks, that is true. I want to let me encourage everybody because I should be sharing some of this stuff. I said I'd pass around his number, so I'll just do it right here live on the broadcast. It's
What?
from Tom James Collection. This is these are custom suits by Tom James. You can reach out to my buddy Taylor Redding. Tell him Mark and Travis sent you. This is Taylor Redding at Tom James. His number is 713-859-2545. That's 713-859-2545. You can get custom tailor-made suits brought to you directly. They'll come in, they'll do your measurements, and they'll give you customized details. You can get your name inscribed and all the fancy good stuff and pick out your lining. I really enjoy.
Do you have
his
a little
company.
wiener pocket in your? Did they
I
put
do.
one in for you?
Right there.
Okay,
That's
all
where I
right.
keep my ween.
So it's custom made. Now, all seriousness and for real transparency, this is not Taylor James. Okay.
No, you can't say that brand, by the way. I know what that is. I see that logo.
No, I know I can't, but I'm just saying this is not. I just want to make sure because you said tell them Mark and Travis sent you. I'm sending you because Travis always looks fabulous.
No, you gotta send them.
Yeah, no, I'm sending them.
Send them.
Yeah, I'm sending them.
All right. So, Mark, I know. I heard that you were out there, hitting on married women.
What are you talking about?
I heard about this, man.
See, remember when he said you accused
no,
me
listen.
earlier of
Hey,
being,
hey! Don't nag. Don't nag.
Guys,
Listen.
lying.
Listen. Mark is out there hitting on these ladies,
Oh, God.
and
I've
apparently,
seen this,
they are now on TikTok and they're making videos, basically just rejecting Mark. So I want to show you one today.
Go ahead.
Let's see a look. Let's take a look.
You can't have me. I'm all Mr. Branches. Y'all are I'm taken, so nobody can like me. So that's it for me.
Travis, you can't, dude.
It's like when Forrest Gump was trying to find a seat on the bus.
No.
Seats taken.
No, that is
Seats
beyond. Travis, I can't believe that's a new low, bro.
Hey, man, I don't like seeing you hit on married women, dude. It's not cool.
That's special needs, bro.
Is it? Is it really?
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is, dude.
You
that
are
is special needs. That's
I
short
don't know how
bus.
to explain it to a man. My husband's like, "What do you?"
Oh, wait.
What do you do?
That was not Mark.
No, dude. And did you see her husband
Mark,
in the background?
It's
Did you see
not.
it? Her husband is off the spectrum.
Okay,
and
this is the stuff I'm talking
nonverbal.
about where Mark is.
What?
He's full of it. You're just trying to make me feel. Don't make me feel bad for the girls you hit.
You're the one that did this. I didn't do that.
Look, here's another one.
Oh God, here we go.
How you like that?
Oh,
You don't like that?
What in the actual fuck?
Do you like that?
what kind of reaction are you expecting? Tell me what you're expecting when. I mean,
I just want you to feel the pain.
why? What did I do
Sad.
to you? You're upset over the blue thing, right?
I'm a little upset over that. Yeah.
What? Come on, dude. You're drinking methylene blue like it's, I don't know. I mean, you're just like you're swigging it. And I think at some point, do you pee blue?
I actually do. Yeah.
There you go, folks. Look at his fingernails. Look at his fingernails.
Yeah. Whatever, dude.
Okay.
I did. So this came out on the news. This fellow was working late and he was trying to catch up on some of his work.
What are you?
So he was coming back and he heard this argument between this married couple. Y'all take a listen. Tell me what you think.
You say you treat me nice. I do treat you nice.
to?
Making my life hard.
How am I making your life hard? My mom took you out. What did you jerk off to? Why? I'll get mad?
Yeah, you would.
About what? Can you please just tell me?
No.
What am I gonna get mad at?
Just shut up.
What you jerk off to?
Leave me alone.
Tell me what you jerked off to. Michael, please tell me. You can't take me home like this. I'm really surprised. Baby, please tell me what you jerked I hate you. What you jerk off to?
What'd you jerk off to, Mark? That was honestly, I don't know why I feel bad now playing that. She was genuinely super upset. He goes, why do you make my life so hard? I'm mad. The timing of somebody catching that kind of argument is pretty insane to me.
You want me to
God,
tell an ex-wife story?
the modern day phone era, I mean, it's creating some gold out there.
Do you want me to tell an ex-wife story
Please.
that kind of fits in, dovetails nicely in with that? You're not going to call me a liar, though, are you?
No, don't nag. Look, you're getting red.
Dude. And
What? No, I do want to know the story.
I
Come on.
promise you, I swear this happened.
All right, you have my attention.
Okay. I'm telling you, I have no reason to lie.
Come on.
Dude, that just gave me PTSD. Okay.
Did you oh, come on, I got it. Okay, go. Tell the class. Share with the class.
I'm not using any names, and I don't even know
You don't need to, man.
where this woman is. I have no idea. I don't
Come on.
care. I never there was
Come
no,
on.
there was no children, but an ex-wife. Okay.
Okay.
Crazy.
Okay.
And not just me calling her, oh, you're just crazy. No, certifiable psychiatrist. I mean, she had, you name it, whatever personality disorders and just everything, had it all. So
Okay.
guys, you know why I ended up marrying her, because you know what the opposite ended. Okay, anyway.
Yeah.
She would get triggered, and I never could figure any of it out, but I was always on edge because I knew at any point, at any time, it could be in private, it could be in public, it doesn't matter, but she could just, in something like this would
Something
happen.
would piss her off.
Yeah, and it could be anything.
She'd snap.
This was years ago.
Weren't you having an affair with her with Farrah Fawcett?
No, close.
Okay.
So I've told you the story.
You have, yeah.
We're going through Walmart, and I'm like, I hated going anywhere in public with her because you
never knew. Oh,
you
man.
never knew. And so, dude, it really caused some real issues because, I mean, when you live like that, terrified all the time, it's that guy, the way he was responding, he's been with this woman for a while, because
Yeah,
I could
so
tell,
you
because
gotta
you like, because there's nothing you can do.
Right.
We're going through Walmart, and all of a sudden, out of nowhere, and what would happen was her face would literally change.
Oh my
It would like transfigure, and you go, oh no, which one is this going to be?
Oh.
Literally, I'd be going, okay, now who's coming out now? And she'd go, I'm going to clean the language up. But she was using the F word. Okay. She goes, you're screwing Jessica Simpson.
Oh, that's who the affair was with. Not Farrah Fawcett, Jessica
Simpson. This is back in the day. This is when Jessica.
Good for you, man.
Yeah. Okay. So, and as soon as she said it, I went, oh no, my butthole puckered up. Okay. We went
Got
to
the John Deere
metrics
out.
We went to a 7 on and for those that don't know the John Deere metric, 1 to 10, it's the number of tractors it takes to pull a greasy string out of your asshole. Okay. So we went to 7 instantly. I mean, I'm always on 3 or 4 if I'm out in public with her, but then all of a sudden it go boom, 7. Oh God. Oh God. Oh God. And then she gets pissed and she goes like this and starts screaming, you're screwing, not saying screwing, Jessica Simpson, aren't you? Okay, now think about from my perspective, Travis, how do you respond to something like that? Now you're in public, so how would you have responded?
Oh my God.
Because the volume's going up now. And there's a couple of people on the aisle. We're in Walmart. And of course, all of a sudden people are like, what the hell, right? Now she keeps saying it, and the volume keeps going up. You're screwing.
This isn't
Jessica.
public.
This is Walmart at like 7:30 at night. You're screwing Jessica Simpson, aren't you? Oh my God. So then a crowd, and there's two different people that are showing up now to see what's going on. And I'm just like, I'm not gonna say her name. I said, call her Susie. Susie, please, please, I'm begging you. And I really didn't even know who I wasn't into all that stuff. I didn't really know who's anyway. People start, you can see they're starting to go, what is going on over here? And it's two different people. It's guys who are going, who's the lucky son of a and then there's women going, who's a lousy son of a bitch? It's, cheating on his wife with Jessica Simpson. Dude, I ended up just leaving the cart, and I go, I'm heading to the truck whenever and I just got out of there, dude. And I mean,
You just disengaged. Yeah.
you have to disengage,
gotta
because
disengage, yeah.
she was in her mind, she truly believed that.
So do you know what
No,
led up to
okay.
her?
I think what happened was, when I was going out, there was on the magazine racks. This is how far back we're going. There were like, it was People magazine or something on display, and it had a picture of Jessica Simpson. So
she just saw a picture?
She saw.
Or did you? Were you?
Oh no! Oh,
were you perverting over
no,
Jessica Simpson
dude,
People magazine photo cover,
I
Marcus?
lived in such fear of being accused of anything that I was very good at nothing. I mean, dude,
Yeah.
I walked around like this, okay? But when I was walking out, I walked by, I said, oh, she saw a picture of Jessica Simpson on something. And then what happened was, when we came in, I was able to put it together, the crime scene. We came in, she probably looked over and saw a picture, and oh man, she's hotter than me, isn't she? This is what she's thinking in her head.
Right.
And then she started building this up. And it took about 5 minutes. And by the time we were going down one of the aisles, it had got to a point in her head that it had to come out. You're screwing Jessica Simpson, aren't you? And Travis, when you get accused of something,
you don't like
that is so outside of any sort of realm of reality, how do you respond to it? Do you say, no, I'm not? What do you? So
I think honestly, I would have done the same thing. You just disengage.
You just disengage.
There's no way to approach anything like that. You just.
So when you're seeing this guy with what you just showed, that's why. So he's just walking. He's just like, hey, look, I don't know what you're doing. And he's just walking, and he's just like, oh my God, what do I do? What do I do? It is a it's a horrible situation to be in.
Oh my goodness.
So thanks for showing that, Travis. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thanks for the trip down Amnesia Lane here, buddy. Your mind does things to, block that stuff out eventually.
Oh, and I like to bring your trauma right back
in vivid color,
and on the show for public display, so they can see you relive your trauma.
Holy gosh, man! Thank you, Travis.
Hey, man, but when you're
Vienna sausages, accusing me of lying. Now you show this, and
hey, man, I heard you were hitting on married women. Here's another one.
A PSA to all you creepy ass dudes that keep coming up into my DMs. I'm married. I have been married for almost 18 fucking years.
Hi, what's up, homies?
Watch y'all just go away. That shit is so gross, and also it's called soliciting when you offer money. Ew. Like, ew.
Gross, Mark. Gross.
I'm trying to think what's worse, Vienna sausages or that eating Vienna sausages.
Do you have a thing for the tooth? Didn't you?
No,
wasn't there
about?
Up in Paducah, Texas? There's a famous Dollar General.
No, there's one.
I know.
In Groesbeck, there is a famous Dollar General. I've been to that Dollar General.
And you had a looky-loo in there, didn't you?
No, there was a cute gal.
Though. She was missing some toofus.
No, dude, no, freaking no.
Story
dude.
change.
I've got very high standards, man. That's probably why I'm just not ever.
Folks, I'm just picking on Mark.
He's picking on me, dude, because of the blue thing. It's because of the blue thing.
Hey, you always, every time we get together on these Fridays, you always do something. I'm either blue.
It's my fault.
Or
it's my fault.
I'm doing it. It's
you antagonize me. You bring up Vienna sausages. You antagonize me, dude, and then you blame me. You're like a woman.
You know why I torture you?
Like a woman.
I torture you with the Libbies because you made me feel like a snail eating them.
Well, how are you supposed?
You make me. You say,
Okay,
God, Travis is yuck,
no,
and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna start drug dealing Libby's weenies
dude, you are my
on the
brother.
street corners in Paducah, Texas,
I
where
would
you live.
literally take a bullet for you. I love you. Now, when you're seeing somebody, and we're men talking, we're not two girls. This is two men talking. When you see your brother, when you see the man you would take a bullet for,
Eating Vienna.
doing something that is so self-destructive, do you just sit back and go, "Oh, it's a phase. He'll get over it"? No, that's what a chick would do.
That's actually
then the-
really sweet, dude.
And then the chick hopes you self-destruct, not me. I
Got
want
you.
you to be better. I want you to be the best man you can possibly be. So I'm going to say, dude, having a fetish for little wieners, there's a problem here. That's a problem.
Let's move on. People are probably we're almost an hour in. They're like, what are y'all gonna cover the news today?
But it's true. It's true. That's how much I'm willing to upset you short term
I get it.
for the long term good of you.
No, I really appreciate that, Mark.
Good. Thank you.
It makes me second guess my infatuation with ladies. It does. It does. All right, I do want to show something pretty cool. This one I thought was pretty cool. This was
Right
in,
now, everybody's sitting there thinking they're not. This is not an impromptu show. They have scripted all this, and I swear.
No, I think they can tell we don't script it.
No, I think that it. No, I think it sounds probably.
Where
scripted.
do you know where Oro Valley is?
Oro Valley?
Yeah, is that in Texas?
How do you spell it?
Oro.
Oro Valley.
Anyway, check this out. So this was caught in on a game cam out there in Oro Valley. Not sure where this is. I'm assuming this is in Texas.
Let's look it up. It could
but this is
could be Austin.
look at this
Oh, it's
on a game cam. What are the odds of a game cam picking this up? That is so damn cool, man.
That is a Western diamondback rattlesnake. The Latin name is Crotalus atrix, or C. atrix is the herpetological society.
What'd you say?
C. atrix or
The
Crotalus
herpetology. You got a herpes?
No, dude, herpetological.
Oh, okay. No, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, I had a pet
But
Western diamondback.
You see these videos randomly of things getting on game cams, and
Yeah,
every now
that's
you get
badass.
something like this. A bobcat. That bobcat has bumped its head going after that for a meal.
Well, it's a meal, dude.
That is a meal.
You
That is
know?
a meal.
And he's thinking about it.
Look, I don't think it even noticed that was a snake until. Oh yeah, it did.
You know what? You know what that reminds me of? The bobcat.
Hmm.
That reminds me of me when I see a very attractive woman.
Oh, that's good. Oh man, part of that He-Man Woman's Hater Club.
What?
That's
No,
Marcus.
I'm just careful. I'm just like, ooh, but you know.
Oh, you don't want to be subject to one of these divorce parties. Have you seen these?
Oh no.
So this apparently is a thing. These divorce parties.
Of course they are.
Let's take a look at this one.
Okay.
So this lady is burning her wedding dress, and
It's definitely a chick
going
thing.
dressed to
very,
celebrate the
very
end.
well.
It's definitely a chick. thing.
Burn the past.
Throws it in, but pays and ends up falling straight into the pool.
That is
Divorce party turned
beautiful.
pool party
Oh,
real
man.
quick.
That is so beautiful.
I thought you'd like that.
That is so.
Oh man,
Oh, thank you, Travis.
you're welcome.
That was nice.
I like to make you smile. I don't want to just pick on you. I
Okay,
feel like a
thank
big bully.
You're not, man.
I'm just a big bully.
Dude, I just love you, bro. You know.
I like to tell you, Mike. I don't know why I did an Australian accent there, man. All right, man. You ready to get into the news, man? It's been a busy
Dude, a lot
week
of
in the
thing-
headlines,
a lot of
man.
things happening, man. Are we?
We've
It is
got
Friday the 13th with a full moon, so
the guaranteed to be some weird police calls tonight. Do you have any full moon stories or any general statements about being a patrol officer in downtown Houston during full moon nights?
yeah.
Did you encounter any?
Well,
Is it true? Basically, is it true what they say about full moon?
it is true. Part of my district was the hospital district. So I worked 10 district, and part of 10 district encompasses Bentob, Herman Hospital, the whole medical district. So that's where we would spend a lot of time going there and things. But on full moon, hot summer nights, Oh, dude, you dreaded coming to work because you.
No kidding.
Oh, no, you knew it, man.
Wow.
It's about to be on.
So the calls, they really did
Yeah,
spike and
and
all this
Ben
stuff. You
Todd-
hear about this stuff, but I've
No,
never
it's true.
asked an actual officer of the law.
Ask anybody that's ever worked in an emergency room like Ben Todd, like a trauma
Oh,
center.
emergency. Okay.
Ask them; they'll tell you the same. They'll tell you.
So hospitals even get busy.
Oh no, that's what I'm talking
People
about.
are
Ben Todd.
stabbing in their spouses.
Oh no!
and all
We
kinds
would
of shit.
we would be in Ben Todd. I mean, you'd have people walking in with a knife stuck in them, and you're like, holy. I remember the first time I went into Ben Todd as a rookie, basic. Well, I wasn't a rookie because anyway, long story. But anyway, first time I went into Ben Todd, and you're just looking around, going, oh my god.
Hey, is it true what they say about you don't mess with nurses?
No, don't mess with nurses. So, and I would make really good friends with nurses. I've got a funny nurse story. Do you want me to tell it?
Yeah.
Okay. So I worked evening shift and night shift in 10 district. When we worked night shift, now when it would get cold, things would really slow down, especially after 11 o'clock at night, because it just too cold.
Interesting.
It was really cold nights. And it'd be slow. It'd be real slow. So we used to get free donuts at the Shipley Donuts down on Kirby. And I would, on occasion, my partner and I, we would go grab, if it was really slow, bored, 2 o'clock in the morning, that Shipley's was, I don't know if it's still even there or not. I don't know. It's been years since it's been down there, but they used to be open 24 hours. We'd go down there and get a dozen donuts, and we'd take them over to Ben Todd to the emergency room and give them to the doctors, nurses, or what. We just make friends because it was like,
Yeah.
hey, if we ever get carted in here, because if you got shot as a cop, that's where you go.
Right.
It's the #1 trauma center. I mean, like, it's amazing. So anyway, I was always trying to think of ways to make friends with the nurses and the doctors, and because we were down there all the time. Anyway, one night we're down there, we're driving us like right outside Herman Park, and there was one of these little cars, and you could tell it's like 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's ladies driving it. You know what it is? It's a nurse. It's got to be a nurse. And
Right.
in her back window, she had one of those on-board signs.
Oh yeah.
And it said "husband in trunk." Okay, so me and my partner look at each other and we go, "That's probable cause."
Oh. Oh God.
Boom! Pull her over.
Oh my
Got
goodness.
the lights going. There's no traffic. There's nothing out. I mean, it's just this poor lady's probably worked a 12-hour shift, right? The police are pulling her over, and she's like, "What did I do?" And I go walking up there. I said, "Good evening, ma'am," or "Good morning, ma'am. How are you?" It's 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. She goes off. She shook up. "Officer, what's going on?" And I said, "Ma'am, I'm going to need you to step out of the car." And she goes, "What's going on?" I said, "We have a reason to believe there could be a body in your trunk." She'd be
So
like,
messed up.
and then she started getting it. She goes, "Oh no!" And I'd say, "Well, ma'am, you've got a sign on your window. It says your ex-husband is in your trunk." And then she would look in her, and then all of a sudden she wouldn't know. She'd go, "Oh no, that's a joke. That's like," we get a big laugh out of her or whatever. Anyway, but that's one of the things. Yeah, that was always fun to do. But we used to take down. The other thing that nurses would do is if you brought a prisoner in.
Oh, and they acted up.
And if they were mouthy and you brought them in because they got injured in committing the crime, or if they got severely
You don't
severely
mess
arrested,
with the nurse that's in charge of your catheter, bro.
because she has this size
Oh
catheter,
my God.
and then she has garden hose catheter. And so we'd say whatever, and the nurses all knew me and my partner.
So the gauge of your catheter was dependent on your behavior, you would say?
It was also determined if you even needed a catheter.
Oh my God.
And so we bring somebody in that's this one's been acting up. And then she looked, "Oh, really?" And I would go, "Yeah." And I'd go about that size right there.
Oh, they would like spit on the nurses and stuff, right?
Well,
They would act up on the nurses, wouldn't they?
I never saw one spit on a nurse. I would see him, get a little belligerent, but crap out of him. But anyway, the nurse would be just like, "Oh, okay." And you got to understand Ben Todd. There's no modesty. Ben Todd is a zoo. It is just people everywhere. It's crazy people walking around naked. I mean, it is a zoo. She would just simply, there would always be like a cart or something somewhere with supplies, and we're talking unlubed, folks, unlubed.
Oh my God.
And just pick that up. Pop!
Don't mess with the nurses,
And
man.
man, you're a prisoner on the on the gurney or whatever.
Oh, he
just
levitated, didn't he?
levitate, dude. The
Oh,
whole
my
exorcism,
God.
not even be able to scream because dude, just fun times. Fun
Yeah.
times.
Well,
Yeah.
full moon on Friday the 13th.
Mm.
So y'all be careful out there, folks. And
Mm.
I know if you live in the major city areas,
Yeah, don't act up.
there's
Don't be dumb.
we went through the summer of love with Black Lives Matter.
Yes,
Now
we
we're
did.
in the summer
Oh,
of
we're in another summer of love.
what's
Buddy love.
hey God. Now we're in the summer of amar.
What?
Summer of love. Is that the Spanish way to say it? Let me pronounce
I
it.
thought amore.
Amar.
Amore is
Amar.
love. Amore.
El amor.
Amor. That's my love.
That's amore. Isn't
Amore.
that Italian?
Well, it's Spanish and Italian are very close. They're both
They are actually.
they're sister languages. I mean, it's
I would know. I can't speak any.
ask your mom. Mom, how do you say love? Amore. Amore.
We'll just say it's the summer of mi corazón.
No
My-
tengo se pluma. No
my-
tengo se pluma.
Well, apparently, people are in an uproar over the ice raids that everybody knew was coming.
What?
Yes,
Why? Why would they? What? What do you?
because white liberal women. That's why.
Oh, now
Because
here you go. Now you're woman hating.
I'm gonna do it.
Why are you woman hating? You accuse me
This
of
is-
being a
don't overgeneralize it. It's a specific demographic of cat ladies that we're talking about
Ooh.
here.
Okay.
Don't worry, I got some TikToks to show you. I got some TikToks to show you.
Jesus, okay.
But we'll go through this. I wanted to touch on this a little bit. So, a lot of folks are completely unaware of a group called the Bilderberg Group. So, the Bilderberg Group is a secretive group that gets together. These are high-profile figures. It's about
Travis,
what's that?
these are not to be confused with Build a Bear.
Not the Build-A-Bear Club.
Okay.
This is they are not building little teddy bears.
Or Build a Burger. Like building burgers.
Oh
like
yeah,
in
no,
the-
no, no,
No, this is
nothing like that.
yeah. I just wanted to clarify because I don't know. We might have new listeners that not are. Anyway, I just wanted to clarify.
Yeah, so they the Bilderberg meeting operates under the Chatham House rule, which participants may use the information received but cannot reveal the identity or affiliation of speakers. So, how many of you out there knew that there's these giant secret meetings internationally and the heads of political organizations, pharmaceutical companies, tech industry, the military industrial complex all gets together in secret, including heads of media and the heads of media organizations. Have you heard of any of this anywhere in the news? Well, Mark.
Oh no, not in the news.
Oh yeah.
I thought you asked who knows about. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah. The secrecy of this group. First of all, for a long time, anybody that brought up the Bilderberg meetings said the Bilderberg meetings were a hoax. They were completely made up. Even Rush Limbaugh at one point was saying there's no such thing as Bilderberg meetings. This has been going on for years and years and years. There's no official statements, votes, or resolutions. Discussions are informal and off the record. The secrecy, along with the elite nature of the guest list, continues to fuel speculation and conspiracy theories about the group's influence and intentions. So Reuters and other mainstream outlets emphasize the meeting's role as a private forum for transatlantic dialogue, especially amid renewed U.S.-Europe tensions under President Donald Trump. Some of the agenda topics that apparently have leaked from this meeting. Let's see here. So the date and location of this year's events at the Grand Hotel in Stockholm, Sweden, June 12th through the 15th. So about 130 leaders from politics, military, tech, finance, academia, and media. Transatlantic relations are on the agenda topics. So Ukraine, economies of the entire world, AI, defenses, migration. Explicitly in the agenda was the migration challenges. So there's also, this is an official topic here on the agenda, is depopulation. So this is absolutely insane. What I want to do next week is I do want to cover the past meetings, what we know about them. I remember growing up, InfoWars and Alex Jones were the only ones in the media that I saw cover any of this kind of stuff. Um, Here's an interesting speech from Rockefeller, David Rockefeller in 1991, a Bilderberg meeting quote. Tell me what you think about this.
91 closed-door meeting of fellow internationalists, billionaire and former CFR chairman David Rockefeller praised his media allies, but his confidence that his words would not leave the room was later broken.
We are grateful to the Washington Post, the New York Times, Time Magazine, and other publications whose directors have attended our meetings and restricted their promises of discretion for almost 40 years. It would have been impossible for us to develop our plan for the world if we had been subject to the right publicity.
Yeah, and that audio is a little fuzzy, but let me read the actual quote. We are grateful to the New York Post, the New York Times, Time Magazine, and other publications whose directors attended our meetings and have respected their promises of discretion for almost 40 years. This is in 1991. It would have been impossible for us to develop our plan for the world if we had been subject to the bright lights of publicity. So, while right on the cusp of Israel attacking Iran, these spontaneous protests that popped up in LA, and now rumors in Chicago and Boston, Seattle, I heard had some of these popping up, New York City.
They tried it in the Alamo the other night.
Yeah, it's not working so well in Texas. Dallas, I think they'll probably be successful. Houston, probably. But right on the cusp of this, did y'all know that there's these secret meetings happening internationally, and the heads of your US and European media organizations are also attending on the cusp of these things? What do you think they talk about in this? And if migration challenges are on there, on the agenda, what do you think the crux of those conversations sound like? How would you like to be a fly on the wall in one of these meetings that you never knew anything about? That I think even Rick Perry at one point attended these.
Absolutely. I think wasn't Ronald Reagan or
Here's some of the names of Ronald Reagan. Yeah. Even so Mark Rutte, NATO Secretary General, is going to be there. Ulf Kristersson, Swedish Prime Minister. I don't know how to say these names. The Polish Foreign Minister, the Finnish President is going to go. The Norwegian Finance Minister, former NATO Secretary General, and now Bilderberg co-chair. Let's see. Peter Thiel's going to be there from Thiel Capital. Alex Karp from Plantier Plantations. Pfizer CEO is going to be there. Microsoft CEO. Commander U.S. Army of Europe and Africa will be there. The King of Netherlands, Stacey Abrams, is going to be there this year. So the full list also includes senior military commanders. Now, what I'd like to do on next week's show is show you there's a public attendee list and then there's a private one. The private one, I've never seen anything like this. So folks will be shocked when I find this footage. It shows these limousines pulling up and they are the windows are blacked out. And the secrecy of who's getting in and out of these vehicles and the privacy, and even the press back in the mid 2000s when I first started learning about these meetings, the technology that was in place to shut off phones and shut off cameras, you would have no idea the extent of secrecy around this.
Wasn't Alex Jones showing up at these?
He was showing up with a bullhorn. That's where I got a lot of my fandom for Alex Jones. Is it started over these meetings and these weird meetups, like the what's the one in California, the one he infiltrated. Oh man, I'm so mad at myself. I can't remember.
Pride parades?
No, not the pride parades. It's the weird where they did the mock child sacrifices, and a lot of our politicians apparently go there.
Is that the one with like the
Bohemian Grove?
Bohemian
Grove. That's the name of that one. So all these weird and secretive meetings and all this other stuff, and you can't help but wonder how much of a script we're actually living in whenever these spontaneous events pop up, and we're geared to react to certain things one way or another. And you hear about these we hear about uh these meetings in secret, and you just can't help but speculate. But obviously, there's nothing good that can come out of a meeting like this. So if it's this secret and they're shrouding over, attendees that aren't public on these lists, and the media is dead silent on this kind of stuff. So I know the Council on Foreign Relations is a big part of this. The Royal Institute of International Affairs, that's another group to keep in mind. Two very powerful organizations. Of course, a lot of there's a Masonic lodge, I believe that's across the hotel. I forget the name of that one, but we'll just say some Freemason lodges are more important than others. And some of them have a lot of influence in these circles, and especially with regard to these meetings. And you'll see a lot of the symbolism that is being used there. A lot of historical aspects to this. So very interesting.
Are there secret handshakes?
There are actually, yes. So anyway, we'll cover more of that on next week's show. I do. What tends to happen is once the events close, we do get some leaks. Now there's a lot of like made up leaks. I'll say it that way. That are intentional. I think they're put out there to really
Probably put
dissuade
up there by them, right?
I absolutely believe that. There's a lot of strategy involved in this kind of thing. Yeah, Sweden's Grand Lodge of Freemasonry is directly adjacent to the hotel. So, yeah, I think people will be pretty interested to see what it looks like when people are showing up in secret at these meetings. And you just gotta, with what's on the agendas and so forth, you can't help but wonder what the hell are they doing in secret over there? And the people that you vote for and the people that you don't vote for are literally making policy over your daily lives in secret and internationally. And the famous term.
Why would anything like that need to be secret, Travis?
It's a good question, Cotton. It's a good question, Cotton. All right, let's shift gears here for a second. So and I wanted to start off with the Bilderberg group like that because now we're seeing escalated tensions with Israel and Iran. So I did run a report just to see if I could go through some of this. So in the early hours of Friday, today, the decades-long shadow war between Israel and Iran erupted into direct military confrontation when Israeli forces launched Operation Rising Lion, the most significant attack on Iranian soil in modern history. The unprecedented assault targeted Iran's nuclear facilities, military command centers, and top leadership, killing several high-ranking officials, including Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps commander Hossein Salami. Salami, sorry.
Salami.
Salami?
You say salami. I say salami.
Okay.
Or tomato.
Potato.
Potato.
Okay, we can do that. Also, multiple nuclear scientists were also killed. This escalation represents a critical inflection point in the Middle Eastern geopolitics with profound implications for regional stability. So we are off, folks. Israel is off in attacking Iran. So the guns have officially been drawn. People are actually being killed now. And everybody's wondering if, is the U.S. going to be involved in this conflict? What I can tell you without even knowing much of what's happening behind the scenes, yes. I guarantee we're supplying some sort of weapons or some kind of coordination. Now, accordingly, Trump, what's been reported in the news is that he has intentionally deceived Iran into thinking, yeah, he's been vocal about not attacking and so forth. And apparently, which has let Iran's guard down and apparently revamp these efforts to uh, produce nuclear weapons. That's the big thing, is not letting Iran produce nuclear weapons. There's a lot of people on the right that are upset with Trump over this. What I will say is he didn't exactly shy away from Iran getting nuclear weapons. He did mention this on the campaign trail multiple times that it's not going to be acceptable. Um, what I'm hoping is that our military doesn't get involved. I don't think that's going to happen.
Could you go back to the map?
Oh yeah,
Go back to the map. I've got a question. Do you mind if I have a question?
sure.
Okay. So if we look at the map there, we see where Israel is. We see where Iran is. My question now is somebody put this out? Is this known? My question is what airspace did Israel use to get to Iran? How did they get there? How'd their planes get?
Oh, that's interesting. That's a good question. I like where you're going with this.
Well, so that's one question. I've got a couple others, but so how did Israeli planes, and we'd have to imagine they were delivering bombs or some sort of strike force, probably I don't know. We don't know what all planes they have or whatever. Now, Israel does not have aircraft capable of carrying the super bunker busting bombs that we hear being spoken about. And I don't think the US has sold those bombs to any other country, including Israel. There's only one delivery system that can carry those super bunker buster bombs, and that's the B-2. And as far as I know, the US is the only country in the world that has that that aircraft in their arsenal. Now, the B-2 can fly out of anywhere on the planet and get to Iran. But if you see the map here, I don't know how Israel gets their planes to Iran to bomb Iranian sites.
Unless they go through what?
They
Iraq?
have to go through another Muslim country. It's impossible for them to get there. So, what that tells me is, and I don't think Israel would have violated airspace in any of those countries. I don't believe that. I think those other countries don't want.
They
well,
want nothing to do with
They don't want nothing to do with Iran.
They've already been through that. We know Iraq has.
Yeah. And so now they're not going to come out and say, hey, we're friends with Israel. They ain't going to do that. But somehow or another, strike aircraft from Israel bombed and then returned back to Israel through somebody's airspace.
Yeah, no doubt. I would assume they're bouncing really out of any of these countries, right?
I mean, well, if you just go
well,
by a
they
straight
could
line,
you could use U.S. Bases that are in those
but
countries,
still,
correct?
no, well, they yeah, and they can be refueled in air. But the point is, Israel aircraft. I don't think any of those countries would allow Israel aircraft to land on their air bases, even if they're U.S. air bases. I don't know. We don't know, but I'm just saying, Israel aircraft had to access Iran through other Muslim countries.
Right.
So I don't know where that leads us, and I don't know what the retaliation of Iran is when they find out who allowed them, because that is one thing that they will put into their
Yeah. What do you think about Iran retaliation? Do you think I think there's going to be some automatic? I've heard swarms of drones. So I don't know what Iran actually would gain by doing some kind of major escalatory retaliation, to be honest with you.
if it was Israeli aircraft, say F-18s or F-22s or whatever platforms they use, they're going to be able to carry some sort of bunker busting technology,
Right.
but it's not adequate to get to the actual where this uranium is being processed. The only country that has the weapons and the delivery system is the U.S. So does Israel just throw that out there, take out some political figures, some military figures, and America's able to just say that's strike one. So here we go. This is the first one. If you retaliate, if you don't stop, then we're going to be elephant marching the B-2s out of Guam, and that's going to be the next thing. And they're not going to see the B-2s coming, but the B-2s can actually deliver those, whatever size they are, but they're massive, massive super bunker busting bombs.
Let's go through some of the scope and scale of these attacks. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu announced that Operation Rising Lion represents a targeted military operation to roll back the Iranian threat to Israel's very survival, declaring the campaign would continue for as many days as it takes to remove this threat. The initial wave involved approximately 200 Israeli fighter jets striking over 100 targets across Iran using more than 330 different munitions. Let's see, nuclear facilities were targeted, military command centers, leadership targets. So high value target eliminations. The strike achieved significant success in eliminating Iran's top military leadership. So this is some this is some real shit going on, obviously. So that would be, just imagine,
Do you think Iran's gonna? Do you think Iran? Because now remember, we're not dealing with people like you and me, Travis.
No.
These people want to die. A lot of, not all of them. And I'm not talking about the Iranian civilian population.
Right.
I'm talking about military.
Oh, they're
radical
very,
Islamists,
very hardcore, radical jihad level type of
suicidal.
yeah. I mean, kind of.
So you think that
Very
it's
clear.
possible that they'll just say, I don't think they have a nuclear weapon yet, but whatever they do have, maybe it's drone strikes, maybe it's still send fighters.
Well, I do get this feeling that they were absolutely caught off guard. I
think
do.
so?
I do think so.
It doesn't
Now,
sound like
see, here's the other part to this is, there's usually when these conflicts escalate, you don't know who's lying and who's telling the truth. This is the problem I always have with this kind of thing. Um, okay, let's just go through Iran's nuclear capability because I've been hearing this since I was a kid. 1992, Iran is 3 to 5 years away from nuclear capability. 1993, Iran pursuing nuclear weapons close to capability. 1995, Iran 3 to 5 years from nuclear capability. 1996, Iran's nuclear acquisition could be catastrophic. Deadline extremely close. 2003, Iran's nuclear program is a global threat. 2004, Iran aggressively pursuing nuclear weapons. 2005, Iran's nuclear ambitions must be stopped. 2006, Iran could have a nuclear bomb soon. 2007, Iran racing to develop nuclear weapons. 2008, Iran's nuclear program nearing completion. 2009, Iran 1 to 2 years away from nuclear capability. 2010, Iran could produce a bomb within a year. 2011, Iran steadily moving toward nuclear weapons. 2012, Iran months away. Will complete enrichment by spring summer of 2013. 2013, Iran continuing nuclear weapons program. 2021, Iran closer than ever to nuclear weapons.
Are you reading climate change stuff?
Yeah, that's what it sounds like, right?
Did you mix up notes?
Isn't that funny? 2022, Iran weeks away from nuclear breakout. 2023, Iran advancing nuclear enrichment. 2024, Iran dangerously close to nuclear bomb. 2025, now we're hearing they were minutes away from nuclear enrichment. So my whole thing on this is, number one, as far as Muslim Jewish conflict in that area, good luck. I don't know that you're talking about an ancient battle that I don't know
Goes
is
back to Abraham.
yeah, that I don't know how I don't know that the US can just come in there and fix these kind of problems. Apparently a lot of Western liberal white women think so, but I just
What? Wait a second. Why did you have to throw that in?
because they're the
That was
most
pretty-
they're the most
that's-
vocal about, supporting these wars that it's wild to me. It's apparently going all over on TikTok. How, in the West we can get along, but why can't they? Try to be Jewish and go into a hardcore Muslim country and see how that works out for you, honey.
Or Christian.
Or Christian,
Look
or
what
try
the-
to be, even on the reverse side of that. Israel has huge segments of Muslim populations in Israel, but
Absolutely, they vote.
hey,
They coexist.
they seem to coexist pretty well. But try doing that in a Muslim country, it's pretty insane there. But anyway,
A lot of the
my whole
IDF
thing is
Muslim.
If Israel wants to go and do that, I look at it the same as the India-Pakistan conflict. It's a shame.
Yeah, it is.
It's a shame. I hope they figure it out. That's about the extent. But I did see that I'm sure somewhere Lindsey Graham is just he's dancing. I think we saw some video of this.
He's vile. Do you like Lindsey Graham?
No, I don't like Lindsey Graham.
He is a vile.
But apparently,
there he is.
He is big on a war with Iran, man. You remember John McCain? Bomb,
Iran. Hey, do me a favor.
Here, hang on. Let me show you
Okay,
this.
all right, then
This
I
is
got some. Yeah, I got some.
so this was at Raytheon headquarters after.
This is horrible.
This was at Raytheon, their military industrial complex, weapons manufacturer. After he found out that Israel was bombing Iran.
Travis. Oh, that is, dude. That is so true. Oh, that is so true.
It's unfortunate.
Okay, now real quick.
Yeah.
You don't have to do it, but the people at home can do this. Google search Lindsey Graham and ladybugs. I want you to Google search Lindsey Graham and then ladybugs, just together. Just search that and see what see what shows up. Have you ever done that?
All right, I got to do it now.
Okay, dude, I dare you to read it. It just Lindsey Graham, ladybugs. No periods, no punctuation. Lindsey Graham, ladybugs.
From now on, whenever I see Senator Lindsey Graham, I'm going to be thinking about ladybugs. Lindsey Graham hired me as an escort. In November 2013, Lindsey Graham hired me as an escort. We met at Westmore Hotel in Baltimore. I did not know, of course, that it was Senator Graham. He used the name Brad in his text until I opened the door. If I was surprised I didn't show it, I excused myself, went to the bathroom, or I Googled his image just to be sure. Yep, that's him. All right. When I came out of the bathroom, he was on the bed, naked on all fours. I noted that there were dark marks around his anus. Mark. I asked if he was showered. He said yes. I asked if it was okay
Oh God.
if I wiped him down. He said sure. I wet a face towel and wiped between his buttocks, but nothing was coming off. Then I realized that his taint wasn't dirty. It was just full of moles.
Dude, why are you reading this? I just said
You told me to look it up.
I
Dark
didn't
moles
tell you
and
to read
dense
it.
clusters up and down the length of his taint. Oh, he said, I hope you don't mind. Those are just my little ladybugs. Why does that sound like something he would say? Is this true?
I don't know, Travis. Let's put a disclaimer.
I will. I'm like this guy now. From now on, whenever I see Senator Lindsey Graham, I'm gonna be thinking about those are my little ladybugs. We're trying to get in the news here, Mark. And what the hell,
I
dude?
didn't mean for you to read. I never thought you'd read that, but I just wanted our listeners to
That's why I love you, man.
Google.
That's why I love you.
Lindsey
By the
Graham,
way, folks,
ladybugs.
I'm noticing the Facebook analytics. People are jumping in and they're popping off, and even people that I'm seeing in the comments that are nowhere here, it's showing no viewers on Facebook, folks. If I'd be curious in the comments if you are having issues watching this on Facebook, feel free to let us know, because there's definitely people on Facebook watching and saying there's none. That's so weird to me.
Saying there's none. What? No,
There's nobody on Facebook watching us.
but there's people that
There's people commenting from Facebook.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's weird. I don't know what's going on there.
Who
but
knows?
Who knows?
What, oh, dude, what was that? Dude, is that something you had lined up, or is
I did, but I'm gonna have to do that next week.
Oh, okay. I'm
'Cause
sorry.
We're at
did I distract you?
12:24. We got to go through.
I'm sorry, man.
I got to get to.
I'm sorry, dude. I messed you up. I didn't mean to do that.
No, you're
Served
fine.
over 6 years on
You're
both
fine.
the House.
I was curious on. Oh, this is back in 2019. Tulsi Gabbard. This is this is one of the things I really enjoy about this administration is Tulsi Gabbard being in there, because she is the opposite of a war hawk, and she's been talking about this conflict for a while.
You know why?
I'll be
like
curious
her.
to. I know why you like her, yeah,
Mm.
but I think I wouldn't be so opposed to a presidential run from old Tulsi.
You think? I don't like her that much.
You don't want females leading anything.
Not president.
Well, anyway, we'll go to this. Let me go to this clip here of Tulsi Gabbard. She's talking about Iran. This is back in 2019, I believe.
Is there some sort of intervention in Iran on the horizon? Let's discuss it all with tonight's special guest, Hawaii Congresswoman and 2020 presidential contender, Democrat Tulsi Gabbard. Some lawmakers have been briefed. There's a push for all of you to be briefed next week. Are you confident that the administration is taking measures in line with what they actually know?
I'm looking forward to getting that briefing. I can tell you, as a soldier, I serve in the Army National Guard. I've been serving for over 16 years. I've deployed twice to the Middle East, and in Congress have served over 6 years on both the House Foreign Affairs and the Armed Services Committees. And I know two things very well. First is the high human cost of war. And I also know the cost on the American people, the trillions of dollars that we've spent since 9/11 alone on waging these wasteful regime change wars, how those wars have undermined our national security, and how they have strengthened terrorist groups like ISIS and Al-Qaeda. As a soldier, I understand the need for us to be prepared, and I understand the need for us to keep the American people safe. So when we talk about a potential war with Iran, which is looking like we are walking very dangerously down that path, what I think is important for the American people to know is that a war with Iran would make the war in Iraq look like a cakewalk. the devastation and the cost would be far greater than anything we've ever experienced before.
So the president said today when he was asked point blank, are we heading to war with Iran? He says, I hope not.
What's concerning to me is that while Trump and others in his administration are saying that they don't want to go to war with Iran, when in fact the actions that the administration has been taking are telling us another story, that it's actually pushing us closer and closer to the prospect of a war with Iran. This is what I'm very concerned about, because I know that that cost on our troops, on the American people, on civilians across the Middle East and the region, creating more refugees, creating more instability in Europe. I mean, the cost would be very great.
Yeah, so that's an interesting take. So we'll see how the Trump administration goes through this. We know there's cheerleaders and, you know, foreign policy hawks on the right that are very gung ho about this. I always look at that as a huge red flag of probably something we don't want to occur. If you see people like Ben Shapiro jumping for joy over it, and certain other types of hawks in that kind of environment, it's usually a red flag.
It is.
Um,
Who wants war, man? Who wants?
It's always the people that aren't fighting in it that want it the most. That I notice. It's a lot of people that they're not going to be on the front lines doing it. You know, their kids aren't going to join. Their kids aren't going to be on the front lines of any of this stuff. But I don't think that Trump is interested in getting troops on the ground
No.
in Iran. I don't think it's going to go that far. I think he's going to let Israel do their thing. And so we'll see what happens. I hope that they figure it out over there. I don't think it's something that'll ever happen, but you know, anyway, we'll see how that goes.
Oh no.
What? No, I'm not. I'm not covering that. Anyway, yeah. And some of the other news. Oh yeah, I wanted to show folks this. Lindsey Graham said, "Game on."
Just call him Ladybug.
Pray for
Man.
Israel.
Ladybug
Pray for
man.
my ladybugs.
Yeah, Ladybug man.
Yeah. So,
Ladybug man, dude. You'll never be the same, will you?
game on. I mean, dude, that's
sick. Dude.
game on. You know,
There's people.
regardless of where you stay, man.
And by the way, the Iranian people. I mean, I know Iranian people, Persians, and people. So, dude, a lot of the Iranian people are against the mullahs. They want to shake that leadership off. They're not bad people. You know, I mean,
yeah.
It's really a shame. It could be really, really tragic. I really hate to see that, man. It's a shame.
Yeah, it's rough because you know, I just think obviously a war with between America and Iran would be awful.
Be awful.
It would be awful. That would pretty much destroy the MAGA movement. If some of these posturing on some of this immigration stuff hasn't done so already, we'll go into some of that. But it's man, it's interesting. Let's see if I can Tehran has been there's been some social media reports. So I'll just walk through some of these videos that have been coming out of the media on some of these strikes that have been happening.
Is anybody reporting that any Israeli aircraft, have been shot down or lost, or is there any?
No, I haven't heard of any Israeli casualties militarily from these attacks. So we'll be, man, what a terrifying scenario, man. It's easy for us to sit back and look at this, but imagine living in a war zone like that. That's just
You're not believing you were in a war zone until.
but
all
it's
the
I know,
bombs are
but game
falling.
on, right?
Yeah.
It's all just a game
on.
to a lot of these
Fuck, dude,
these ladybug senators and whatnot. Oh yeah, that's apparently a military, or that's a I believe that's I don't want to misquote there. But that
I mean,
is
we don't
a
know.
I don't know if that's an air base or a commercial air air center over there in Iran.
Or a manufacturing facility of some
No,
sort.
this picture in particular, that's
Oh.
what folks are saying on that one.
Okay.
So we'll see how this unfolds. And don't forget, oh yeah, I saw this one come out there. I figure folks, if you know, you know.
It's true.
Oh, if you know, you know. So yeah, a lot of that being praised, and war is an ugly business.
Very
So we'll
divisive.
see how that goes. Another reason I don't think that we're on the cusp of a military parade.
Yeah, well, it's the 250-year birthday of the U.S. Army.
Yeah, I think that has there's a lot of different reason and speculation how to do it. PR wise, I don't think it's on the cusp. Isn't Trump's birthday tomorrow on the same day as the parade? So, Trump's gonna do what Trump's gonna do, man.
And I don't think it's necessarily bad. I mean,
I don't either, but it will be narratives the left will seize on. They will be successful at
and
it.
I don't think we need to kowtow or bend our knee to the left. I think we need to push
No.
everything back in their face.
No.
But Lindsey Graham is not a representative of the right. He is just a
No, absolutely not.
He is a
no,
piece
and
of-
neither are a lot of these hawkish
They just want
influencers
perpetual
from the
war.
right as well.
George Bushies.
These are the same people that supported the Iraq war. It's the same MO. It's the same type of people. And I just really don't give a shit to hear about it. Okay. The news I'm sure everybody is interested in, which Bonnie Blue has been banned from OnlyFans.
What?
I know you're upset, man. I'm sorry.
What? Yeah. We're just now hearing about this?
Yeah. Yeah. She gone.
Why?
She
for
gone.
what? Why?
Apparently for the content's just going a little bit too far. It's bad when OnlyFans bans your ass.
Bans your ass?
Yeah, figuratively and literally.
Freudian there? I mean, what? Are you being serious right now?
Yes, I believe so. Yeah, OnlyFans confirms Bonnie Blue's permanent ban after porn star's latest sex stunt. What sex stunt do you say?
Oh my god!
This comes after the Derbyshire. Yes, Derbyshire. Rachel Swanee approves. Just don't talk about the Muslim grooming or raping gangs in there, but Bonnie Blue's allowed. Don't put your anti-feminist streak on a social media post. We'll have you arrested. The Derbyshire porn star was planning to break her own world record by sleeping with 2,000 men in a single day in a stunt she was branding a petting zoo.
Wait a second. Two fat.
Yeah, listen to this. OnlyFans spokesperson told Metro News, extreme challenge content is not available on OnlyFans and is not permitted under our acceptable use policy in terms of service. Any breach of our terms can result in content or account deactivation.
So what exactly is the limit?
Well, these extreme challenges.
What are they?
And this is crazy. Listen to this. OnlyFans has been valued at £8 billion thanks to its adult content creators. The same value as film studios. There is now a direct competing industry to porn. So now it's double the debauchery, double the cultural devaluation. Welcome to hell, folks.
Do you know many young ladies?
Oh,
17 to 21 that are involved with this, and their
oh
parents
yeah.
and
Do you
the
know
fathers
that?
have no?
Oh,
not
man.
my sweet little girl, and she's doing this.
Oh my god.
There's 2 to 3 million 17 to 25-year-olds that are doing this.
Well, listen to this. Back in 2021, OnlyFans did go on a tinge where they announced they were going to ban all adult content. It lasted 6 days. So anyway, she did take her contact to the next level when she slept with 1,057 men in a single day.
So she wasn't banned then?
No.
So that's not the limit.
Yeah, 2,000 apparently is the limit.
So as long as you're at 1,900, you're okay?
Correct. Bonnie Blue. Men were put into groups of 5 who had 2 minutes with Bonnie collectively.
Those poor men. Those poor men being victimized like that, Travis. Those poor men.
Those losers, dude.
What are you talking about? They're victims. They're victims, Travis.
Let's see.
They're victims.
Yeah, so that is it's pretty wild, man. Pretty wild stuff. But
it's gross.
I think it's fair to say the damage is probably done. Okay. Let's go on to the next topic here, which is everybody's interested about the peaceful protests.
What?
In LA.
What peaceful protests?
The LA peaceful protests.
I didn't know those were peaceful.
Before I get into this, okay, folks, we're gonna do a little I did a little research here. What does immigration law enforcement look like in other countries beside the U.S.?
Depends on what country.
It does depend on what country. Um, let's here's a comprehensive analysis of the world's strictest penalties and their comparison to the United States policies on illegal immigration. Global immigration enforcement reveals stark disparities in how nations approach illegal entry and immigration and violations. While the United States operates under lenient penalties compared to international standards, numerous countries employ severe punishments ranging from corporal punishment to death sentences for immigration-related offenses.
Death sentences.
Death
you
sentences.
say. What would
The
Rachel
comprehensive
Swan say?
analysis examines the world's most stringent immigration. All right, so let's get into this. According to the let me see. According to the Library of Congress Comprehensive Worldwide Survey, 162 countries have laws criminalizing or otherwise punishing illegal entry, with 124 countries treating illegal entry as a criminal offense. The research reveals dramatic variation in punishment severity, with prison terms ranging from several months to 15 years, depending on the circumstances and repeat offenses. Let's see here. Of the most severe, Singapore, North Korea, Iran, Saudi Arabia are the most severe, followed by Malaysia, Pakistan, Thailand, Australia, mate.
Australia, down under.
Down under. India, Russia, and then following that, China, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Japan, South Korea, with the United States ranking at the top for the level of unseverity, or whatever you call that.
Leniency.
Yes, having the most leniency, this benevolence, this feminine energy of benevolence
Girl power.
for illegal immigration that are coming, that are we'll cue the video up, but let me go through this. The United States maintains one of the more lenient approaches among developed nations. While most countries impose civil penalties through fines and deportation, many nations have expanded their enforcement mechanisms to include harsh criminal sanctions that far exceed American standards. Okay, Singapore. Singapore stands as the world's most severe enforcer of immigration laws, implementing mandatory. What is that? Can you read that?
Caning.
Mandatory caning for immigration. Oh
Yeah.
my God! I'm reading this for the first time, folks.
Beat the shit out of you
Caning
with
for
bamboo.
immigration violations that exceed 90 days of overstaying. Under Singapore's Immigration Act, illegal immigrants face imprisonment of up to 6 months, combined with mandatory caning of at least 3 strokes, with even harsher sentences for repeat offenders.
And by the way, have you ever seen anybody caned?
No, I have not.
It
I
is
have not.
brutal. People die from caning.
Yeah, man. The city's zero tolerance approach serves as a powerful deterrent, with caning applied consistently regardless of the violator's circumstances.
Mhm.
Singapore's legal system requires that anyone overstaying beyond 90 days receives a minimum of 3 strokes of the cane, though women, persons over 50 years old, and those medically unfit are exempt from this corporal punishment and instead face fines of up to $6,000. Okay, as I'm reading through this, folks, just remember this when we come back to America here. Pakistan imposes some of the world's longest prison terms for illegal immigration, with sentences extending up to 10 years in prison, combined with fines.
Who's trying to sneak into Pakistan?
That's what I want to know, man.
What are you trying to?
The Pakistani approach represents one of the most punitive non-corporal punishment systems globally. Malaysia
Isn't that like a real fat, ugly chick like you showed earlier? Going, don't be, sending me DMs.
Oh yeah, that's like you can put the Pakistan logo over her face. Don't be sliding in my DM. Don't be crossing illegally into my Pakistan.
That's what I'm.
Who the hell, man? That's a good question. Malaysia has emerged as another nation employing corporal punishment for immigration violations. Preliminary data revealing that authorities caned 29,000 foreigners between 2005 and 2010 for immigration offenses alone. The Malaysian Immigration Act prescribes up to 6 strokes of the canes, fines, and up to 5 years in prison for irregular entry. Malaysian courts have sentenced refugees fleeing genocide to caning, with at least 27 men receiving 3 strokes in each, in addition to 7 months imprisonment. Human rights organizations have condemned these. Blah 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 blah. North Korea has expanded its list of capital offenses from 11 to 16 crimes, including anti-state propaganda and illegal manufacturing, with immigration violation penalty potentially leading to execution under broader security legislation. Iran continues to sentence ethnic minorities and foreign nationals to death for immigration related charges. Saudi Arabia, while having they just abolished flogging in 2020. They just but they still have some of the most extreme corporal punishments for immigration violations. And
Could you imagine living someplace so bad that you want to try to get into North Korea?
oh god,
Could you? If I could just get into North Korea.
one of the most documented cases of severe immigration punishment involves a 26-year-old Indonesian man known only as Brick, who received 18 months in prison and 9 strokes of the cane for his 5th illegal entry into Singapore. Brick's case illustrates Singapore's escalating punishment system, as his previous 4 offenses has already resulted in 25 strokes of the cane and 50 months in prison. His latest sentence brought his total punishment to 34 cane strokes and 68 months in prison.
You know what's going on there?
What's that?
He's a masochist. He likes the caning.
Yeah,
he wants
hey,
he
man.
wants a gag ball at the same time.
Do what you do, bro.
That's what that is.
Systematic. This one's refugees facing torture in Malaysia. The systemic caning of refugees in Malaysia represents one of the most disturbing applications of immigration penalties. 23-year-old refugee who fled forced labor was sentenced to 3 months in prison and 1 stroke of the cane after registering with the UN High Commissioner for Refugees. The case highlights the refugee protection being lax, to say, or not being respected in Malaysia. They don't give a shit about the UN's determination on
Hell
refugee
no.
protections. They don't.
They fly a kite.
China operates what amounts to the world's largest immigration-related detention system, with an estimated 1.8 million people detained in camps in the Xinjiang province alone. While officially termed, listen to this, dude, China is so Orwellian. Vocational education and training centers.
Well, of course.
You got to learn to love the communist regime, man.
Public education is public education, bro.
Dude, you come into our country illegally, you're gonna be a communist now.
Yeah, because we're gonna put you right in our public. It's the same thing.
These facilities function as internment camps for ethnic minorities, including many of cross-border seeking refuge or employment. Yeah, smart, bold strategy.
Bold
Let's
strategy
flee to
there,
China
Tom.
to escape oppression. Okay. Yeah, satellite imagery analysis reveals at least 380 suspected facilities, representing a 40% increase over previous estimates. Yeah, meanwhile, over here, we are Nazi Germany, if you listen to the folks on the left. Yeah, keep that in mind before Mark, you're gonna love this one, before I show you some of these next videos.
I'm in high
This
anticipation.
this is just too much, folks. This is just too much. Let's see. Hang on, let me turn this down because I'm gonna have to find it. I'm not as organized today, folks, so please forgive me.
I think you're fantastically organized. As a matter of fact, I was going to tell you, you're on point, bro.
You think so?
Is it the suit
It might be the suit.
or is it the Vienna sausages?
It could be my lady. Could be my lady. Let me see if I can
Your
find
poor
this
wife.
video.
Does your wife? She doesn't like those, does she?
No.
Will she pack them in your
Absolutely
lunch?
not.
Will she pack them in your lunch?
Yeah. If I liked it and I asked her to,
Then let me tell you something, dude. Your wife is amazing.
Oh, I know this,
Dude.
I know this.
If you asked her, hey honey, could you pack me some Vienna sauce, and she does that,
Yeah, she might be gagging over it while she's doing it.
dude, that's amazing. She's amazing. Oh, what's going? What?
All right, so the white liberal women are out in full force.
Of
After I just read what you heard, okay, because right now Trump is rounding up illegal immigrants, okay, that are here illegally. Illegally, they're here illegally. ICE is gonna get these people. Here we go.
Everyone who felt comfy enough to out themselves that they voted for Trump back in January, they're dead silent right now.
Yeah, she's a freak.
Apprehending them and taking them away from their families and their jobs and the lives they've built here doesn't bother you, then you're a bad person.
Oh my.
And I don't want to be your friend. And I don't care about your opinion.
She doesn't want to be your friend,
I
Mark.
say this in the most disrespectful way possible as a first-generation American whose parent is not from this country. If you got here and you got papers and you agree with what's going on right now, fuck you.
If you are a resident of Los Angeles, California, and you have a large platform on this app on the internet, and you have decided, you have made the conscious choice to not speak out against the ICE raids that are taking place in this city right now, the attack that Los Angeles is feeling in this moment, if you are not sticking your head out for your own community, the city of Los Angeles in which you live, that you benefit so much from, if you can't do that, you do not deserve your platform, and maybe you should fucking move.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but being undocumented isn't a crime. You're just racist. See you in hell. Mwah.
I think it's important to remember that though what Trump is doing in LA is absolutely deranged and incredibly fucked up, it is an act of desperation. The people behind all this, though it may seem very calculated, are not smart.
California does not really belong to the United States. It belongs to Mexico, and we stole it from them in 1850.
People would not have to be protesting if what was going on in this country was even a little bit normal. Instead of thinking about what's going on, think about what has been going on that causes something like this to go on.
Yeah, I would do absolutely anything for my daughter, and that includes going to a different country to give her a better life. And being undocumented is not a criminal offense;
What?
it's a civil one. And
Where are
if
you gonna
you've
go?
ever
She
jaywalked,
should go to Malaysia.
congratulations, because you've also committed a
Listen here,
civil
sugar
offense.
tits.
And you're so worried about criminals being in
Let
this
me give you some
country,
facts
yet
about
you
life.
voted for one to run it.
This is one of those moments where silence feels really fucking loud, because what do you mean you're not absolutely horrified by what's happening right now? If you are not absolutely horrified by what's going on right now, your delusion.
I've seen videos of children being separated from their families
So
and families
ridiculous.
being pulled apart and people crying doesn't elicit any amount of empathy from you. I'm so sorry, but you might be the problem. Empathy and kindness are some of the most powerful things that we have. Everyone you see on here is a person with a story.
Guarantee
just like
she
you.
told you to take the
could
jab.
never and will never be friends with a Trump supporter. And I hate when people act like that statement is like a crazy thing to say. Personally, I like to share similar morals and values with the people I surround myself with. And at this point, it's always been like this, honestly. It's not even political. It's
So is that a political? I think
You
that's
get you get the gist of this, right?
I think that's an ad campaign by the Repeal the 19th movement.
Of the what's that? The voting rights on there, dude. What's incredible to me is that, you know, the reason you have borders and the foundation of a country itself. Why do you think some other countries are so hardcore about illegal immigration?
There's 1,000 reasons.
Now, I don't think a single woman in that video thought, and I include that man in there,
That's not a man. That's a male.
but I mean, there's a lot of these people on the on the left. It never crosses their mind. Why would you want to? Why even have borders then? Why wouldn't you just let every country come and go? So why can we just shut down the borders, man, and live in peace? Why is it important to have borders, Mark?
Well, there's a number of reasons. Number one, if you want to destroy a culture, you diversify it. So when you open up your borders to third world countries that are not Western culture, and you open them up to all these, third world shithole countries, you will destroy the culture. And that's what's happened. You've got such a level of diversity now from so many different countries, so many different religions, so many different ethnicities. You've destroyed the American culture. And with no American culture, there is no constitution. And that's
Well, and this is the crazy part, right? Is the left really is a big factor into cheering on the destruction, the absolute dismantling of having any kind of identity as a country, to even have an identity as a human being.
Right.
Can't decide if you're a male, you're a female, you're what do they call them? A furry.
What are you talking
You know,
about?
this is
Travis? A
absolutely
furry?
this is insane.
That's
And
not
you'll
true.
notice a lot of these talking points that are coming. Okay. These are not given opinions. A lot of these influencers are being directed by certain elements. Here's a little mashup. Oh my God, that's giving me a headache. I'm sorry, folks. That was
Girl power, dude. That's what girl power would do.
That was awful.
That's the other thing. You got to feminize the culture.
Well,
That's destruction right there.
And honestly, you know, when you're going through the it's this benevolent, it's all through benevolence, which is a very
Feminine.
yes,
That's
it is
feminine
a
energy.
very
That's where that comes from.
yeah. So listen to this. So some of these TikTokers are coming out. Look, these movements they're just not grassroots movements. They're not just, these protests are not just popping up out of nowhere. They're being coordinated. And
financed.
let me go through some of what's been coming out here as of lately. You know, when this popped out, I know we wanted to do a breaking news segment, but there is some benefit in waiting and seeing what else comes out when we cover it on the show like we're doing here today. Check this out.
I just got offered $200 a day to go protest ICE in New York. The organization was called No Kings. They said June 14th, we're going to be protesting, and these are the streets that you need to be on, and this is what you need to do. You need to cause chaotic disruptions. And they said that there's going to be pallets of like bricks and different things everywhere that protesters could use. They really want to wreak havoc. It's kind of ridiculous. Me as an American, you know, although I need the money, I'm like, this is very, very unpatriotic if I was to go take this money and go protest.
Yeah. So, and you'll notice we've heard this pallet of bricks scenario, you know, try to be debunked in the past. This was happening a lot during the Summer of Love, back during the BLM riots. People were getting paid. They were getting bussed in to these cities. And a lot of these folks weren't even from the cities they were in doing this. And we're seeing the same thing again. So I already see that video has been flagged. There's no credible evidence against pallets. You know, you be the judge. I mean, it just so happens that you know, a lot of the claims they're saying like these are legitimate needs for construction sites. That seems kind of a random placement there, Bobby. I don't know what, dude. Come on, look at all that. What do y'all think, folks? Yeah, do y'all think that there's some
passing the smell test, Travis.
it's not passing the smell test. There's something off about this, guys. There's something incredibly off about folks being paid $200. This is the exact same stuff we heard during the BLM riots in 2020 and people getting bussed in, and you had these left-leaning NGOs that were part of these efforts. And Pam Bondi, Kash Patel, where you at?
Thank you, Travis.
Where the hell you guys at, man? When are we going to get a rest for the level of technology out there? It's we can end this if we needed to
overnight.
But this is absolutely insane. This is the exact same MO. And look, this is stuff that we're really good at doing in third world countries from the CIA overseas.
Absolutely. Where do you think these people learned their stuff?
Oh man, the color revolutions and everything you hear
learn
about
it
in the
from
Middle
us.
East. It's all coming from it's all happening here on our own soil. Here's something else that's coming out to this. This is a Fox News segment. Rioters are being given earplugs, gas masks, and water bottles to throw at police. Fox LA is also reporting truckloads of bionic shields, which cost 60 plus each and are being delivered to protesters. So check this out. Let's see this.
Agitators look like, and I'm seeing a decent amount of them out here right now. Always dressed in black, always with face coverings, not holding any signs. And as I told you earlier, Sean, a lot of people were showing up here, and they were being given earplugs, gas masks, water bottles, not to drink. A lot of those water bottles are being thrown. So, you know, unfortunately, it looks like we might be heading for another night of things crossing the line here in Los Angeles. And as we're waiting for apparently more National Guard and more U.S. Marines to head down here to Los Angeles.
Absolute battleground over there, folks. And you're seeing a lot of there's more coming out each day as this is happening. So I'll be very curious to hear of you know, I think Pam Bondi was out on Fox News again. They arrested the guy They arrested one guy that was throwing rocks at police cars that everybody saw in the news by now.
And that's why this is never going to be solved.
And it's, you know, what
people were using radios to
you're listening to
communicate
this.
with each other last night to report law enforcement movements. So it's complicated for law enforcement as well. But this is essentially the game that gets played all night long here. This is the main protest crowd. Police will try to push them back. They kind of melt away like water. We'll go down another alley, reemerge somewhere else. LAPD will get a radio call, have to go respond to them. And every now and then, you'll have these 10, 15-minute spurts where it's quiet, and then people will start throwing water bottles and fireworks again, Sean. But, I mean, you're seeing it in front of us, a lot of foreign flags, and certainly seeming to be kind of a different crowd than what we saw a few hours ago earlier this evening. Definitely, you can feel the tension building. You can definitely feel like as the sun is about to go down.
Again, you're seeing a level of coordination and military type strategy with the crowds being approached. Let's see if we've got any more here.
Does anything become solved if all of a sudden these rioters just go, you know what, you're right, we got to stop this, and they all just went home today? Would anything be solved?
See, and that's the other thing that's crazy about this is, you know, they're protesting this, and what exactly do you want?
Oh, but we know what they want.
We know what they want, but if from a grassroots level, these TikTokers, they're out there making. Are they in the protest? What do y'all want?
The destruction of the United States of America.
Listen to look at this Fox News segment. This one's Fox News out of LA. Take a listen to this segment.
Factors onto it. Yeah, we've got some action here, Aaron. Apologize. I want to go back to Bill Malugin. He's live there. He and Tommy Chu is his photographer. Bill, what are you seeing? Because we're seeing a lot.
Yeah, put that knee right there.
Random massive group of protesters just showed up here. Hundreds upon hundreds of them. We're walking behind them trying to catch up right now. They've taken over the street. I don't see any LAPD here. They've got like their own vehicle convoy. You'll notice it's all foreign flags. Tommy, if you can just kind of pan off, it's all Mexican flags, Palestinian flags, flags from like El Salvador. It's all foreign. And they have their own little vehicle convoy here. Right now, I don't see a single LAPD officer. Let me turn around and show you how long this convoy goes through downtown LA. You can see all the way in the background, more Mexican flags, more vehicles. I do not know where this group came from. We were chasing an entirely different group earlier with LAPD, and then this one comes out of nowhere. This is even bigger than the initial group we were with when LAPD was pushing them around. So, again, I'm not seeing a single law enforcement officer anywhere. Heads up, watch out for these cars, Tommy.
Yeah. So, and another similar aspect to this is potential stand downs that are happening from local law enforcement there. And you wonder why the National Guard and Marines are being sent in there. Okay.
Well, what can the National Guard and the Marines actually do?
I don't know. You tell me that. That is something I don't
They can't do anything. Do you think the Marines that are there, I don't know.
They can't do any law
Do
enforcement.
you think
activity.
any of the Marines there are not armed? Do you think any of them have bullets? I'm telling you right now, they don't have bullets. No. They may have fire. They may have weapons, but I'm telling you, they don't have bullets. No. So what can the Marines do here?
Yeah. See, this is the other question. Now, I'm pointing this video out because a random massive group, this is Bill Mulligan from Fox News, was saying 400 to 500 people just sprouted up out of nowhere with no LAPD presence being seen. Pretty interesting, guys. Pretty interesting. Here's some other aspects to it. This was just in a man in a black truck spotted dropping off bionic face shields that were quickly taken by protesters. Looks like bionic shield is what that's called. That's not the kind of thing to buy in bulk. Anyway, let's air this clip here and y'all tell us what you think. Let's play.
It just feels like something's going to happen, and you're waiting for it to happen.
Let us clarify, because we've been showing a wide shot and from a different angle. A whole lot of officers on the other side of the federal building, almost behind you, and perhaps the visual is obstructed from your point of view. But I can tell you there are many, many, many LAPD cars and officers there that have staged. They are blocking that freeway overpass, so protesters can't get on that overpass like they did yesterday and throw bricks or concrete or scooters down on law enforcement that was below that had cleared the 101 freeway. So perhaps they're not where you are, but there's a lot of them already positioned there. They're not getting caught off guard by a crowd gathered here.
So, I mean, that was quite a shot that we have there of these folks and your photographer.
Look at that. That's
a great shot of the box
what's that,
that
the
was left behind.
Palestinian head garb there. They probably bought it on Amazon or something.
Kind of thing. Thank you for seeing this there. It looks like a bionic
That's
shield.
pretty incredible, folks. I mean, who's showing up with truckloads of bionic shield masks? You know, do these people work? I mean, they're not coming from nowhere is my whole point. I just showed the pallets of the concrete blocks. There was another one. They were red bricks. I don't have that one queued up here too, but it's indeed happening. Now,
Those people that are protesting.
well, hang on. Before we get to that, let me show you this clip from Tulsi Gabbard real quick. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, that's okay. Man, it's Tulsi. Tulsi time.
American people. They don't even care about the people that they're claiming to protest for. So many of them are paid protesters. This thing is being orchestrated, obviously, in many ways. And ultimately, President Trump is the one who took action to keep the American people safe and try to bring peace back to the streets that these rioters are destroying. The bottom line is they don't care about the American people. They don't even care
so
about the
apparently
people that
Tulsi
they're
Gabbard is
claiming-
saying, she knows they're coordinated and she has the receipts. So let's see if any of that's going to be held to account. Does the director of national intelligence hand those briefings over to the FBI? Right now, the latest thing I saw with Pam Bondi is, what was it? Let's see here. Let me see. Yes. The Department of Justice under Donald Trump is suing a California coffee shop for refusing to serve Jews. That's right. Anti-Semitic coffee.
Oh, okay. That's new. So in other words, that's making news.
That's making news. So this is something that Pam Bondi is on. So let's take a clip here. Guys, this is incredibly frustrating.
October 7th anniversary, that horrific day, the anniversary of October 7th. After that, they added new drinks to the menu. One was Sweet Sinoir in honor, a tribute to the leader of Hamas who tortured Jews, who orchestrated the October 7th attacks. That's the world in which we're living, that they do a drink honoring him and can't do that. And so we've sued them. And we're going to stop this from happening. And anywhere in the country, if you do this, we're coming after you. Cannot do this.
That's insane. That's
Wait a
insane.
second. What do you mean? You can't. Now, okay.
I
Hang
knew
on.
that. Here we go. Here we go.
Hang on. You know me. You know there's not an anti-Semitic bone in my body. I don't care if somebody opened up a coffee shop 3 doors down,
right,
and said no white people and kill whitey drink or this. They have every right to do that.
Yeah, it's like
that's
same
the
with
First
like you don't
Amendment.
want to cook a cake for a gay couple or
person
something. Okay,
perfectly okay.
I try to open one of those shops here in Tech. Nobody's going to go eat there.
Except you can't.
Nobody's going to go drink coffee from the
government can't do this. Now, here's the other thing too. Why are they talking about this silly little thing when you've got rioters in?
This is insane, dude.
This is
and have you ever seen an attorney general on media as much as Pam Bondi. I'm over it, dude.
Travis?
I'm over it.
Travis?
I have no faith in this.
This stuff right here is what's driving anti-Semitism.
Oh yeah, you're giving it.
This is what's because people
you're giving it
people like
fodder.
normal people are going, well, now wait a second. What's going on here?
Here's the other thing too. I do want to mention though is obviously, look, let LA just leave the union or something. You know, the people that are there, they're carrying Mexican flags, Palestinian flags, they're burning American flags. Just I don't have any sympathy for going out and, unleashing the National Guard with whatever capability they can do. They don't want to be here anyway. So why not go to Mexico? Why don't you go to Palestine? If you care so much about these other countries more than your own. But this is the other thing. This is an example. We're seeing in real time why other countries are hardcore about illegal immigrants or any type of diversification
immigration,
of
period.
their own culture.
Bingo.
Because it's a weapon.
Absolutely.
This is an ancient weapon. This is a weapon that's been used in warfare all the way back to recorded
The
human
Tower
history.
of Babel. God
This is
shut it
nothing new.
down with diversity.
Yeah. But we got Pam Bondi suing
A coffee shop.
a coffee shop.
Would you now? Does that mean we support that coffee shop, Travis?
No.
Is it horrible that they
No, and I
shut up?
think
I mean-
hopefully the audience that are listening to us, you get the gist of how ridiculous that
You can't
looks
do- you can't
after
do
what we
that.
just showed you. We showed you brick pallets. We showed you Tulsi Gabbard, the director of national intelligence. We're seeing coordination. We're seeing spontaneous 400 to 500 people just showing up in envoys. We're seeing shields and things being
Our pets'
delivered.
heads are falling off.
But we're suing coffee
Oh,
shops.
we're suing a coffee shop. But by the way, imagine the free advertising that coffee shop. The line out the door. Of that
Oh
coffee
yeah,
shop
man. It's just
is
gonna-
going to be
Oh, yeah.
insane.
For sure, dude. For sure.
That makes me sick, Travis. That is one of the most disturbing things I've seen in a long time. That's crazy,
Man,
bro.
I knew I figured
That
you'd
is-
like that one. But
that is
look,
insane.
that's a lot of this stuff in a nutshell. Now let's switch gears and let's go over to the protesting itself. There's been a lot of footage coming out. One of the best things I think that's happened over these years, the gifts from COVID, because people are not as susceptible. Still, a lot of them are, especially on the left. They'll start a pandemic tomorrow and they'll follow the same protocol. But people are a lot more skeptical now of official narratives, which is good. 10 years ago, it didn't used to be this way. But and the other part to it was the coverage of the BLM riots and Elon Musk purchasing Twitter. Because X right now, folks, if you don't have an X account, get one. Because if you want to see real coverage of live coverage of what's happening, X is where it's at.
That's where it's at.
There ain't no point in going to Fox News. You could see Fox News snippets if you want to watch Pam
there's
Bondi
no-
talking about suing
Exactly.
a coffee shop,
God almighty, dude.
CNN, all these other things. X is where it's at,
Unbelievable.
folks. X is where it's at. So I watched a lot of this unfolding in real time, and it was just incredible. So let me try to grab a lot of the footage here because this is unbelievable. Nothing says oppression like looting Adidas stores. Look at that. They got the Mexican flags. Nothing says I am against ICE raids there's no point to any of this. These
Yes,
people
there is a
people
point.
are just lawless
No, there is a
pieces of
point.
shit. Well,
No, there is a point.
at a high level, yes.
Well, no, these are the what does the communists call them? They call them the idiots, the useful idiots.
Useful idiots, right?
But there is a major point to this, and they're winning. And listen, the police, National Guard, and Marines cannot fix this. They can't do it.
No.
What do you think any of these people are afraid of the Marines? Do you think they're afraid of the LA? Why didn't the riot happen at the Alamo the other night here in Texas, Travis?
Oh, because
Why was it? Because they were afraid of the police? Was it?
no,
afraid-
it was because the locals wouldn't allow it to happen.
And
There's
there
no
it is,
way.
folks. The only solution to any of this, the only solution
is this right here. Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Not all heroes wear capes.
That is the only thing that will fix this on a massive scale. That's the solution. Because what happens there is the enemy is eliminated, and then we're good. But that's never going to happen because there are
Counter
no men
protest.
left.
These people want to do it. And listen to how effective this is. This is what I like to term as the bold strategies. Cotton, listen to this. So these people are blocking traffic for Palestine and ICE raids.
How is this a peaceful protest if there's nothing peaceful? No, it's not.
How do y'all as white people feel about stopping a black woman from going to work?
Oh no, not work. I care so much.
So you don't care about stopping black people from going to work?
Look at this line that you guys are causing. I'm not causing no problems. I'm not trying to. We're just trying to leave.
Hey, dude, look at that. Dude, that effeminate.
Do you know how quickly? You know how quickly this is fixed? Do you know how quick the previous clip tells it? It's a body slam. It's on a massive scale, and it is over.
No, it's
And they're
people on that
gone.
line saying, you know what? Screw y'all. We're just gonna drive right through you.
Run them over. Bring out plenty of body bags.
We got to be careful, man.
Okay,
Mark, come on. I know where you want to go, man.
I'm already there.
We gotta be careful here.
What do we got?
I don't want to get. We just started this, all right. But there's a point to this, all right. You're not wrong here. Blocking traffic, and you go, oh no, work. Oh yeah, your ability.
Ron DeSantis said they can
your
do it.
ability to feed your kids. Yeah, Ron DeSantis.
If you run
said
them over,
if you feel threatened by it, you can do whatever you got to do.
Absolutely.
I like this caption here. AOC, you remember during the BLM riots, AOC was saying they feel like they need to steal some bread or else their entire family will go hungry.
Yes,
folks, what says I need to feed my family better than looting a Apple store? Look at this. This is Mark. This is nuts, dude.
and it's only getting worse.
Look at this.
Is it getting better anywhere?
Look at
Travis?
this ghetto bullshit, man.
Is it getting better?
This is
anywhere?
what this is. This is ghetto bullshit.
It's the culture.
Look at this.
We don't understand their culture, Travis.
This is nothing says I care about immigrants like looting other businesses. This is just an absolute joke. However, what I will say,
What are the police?
just keep going. Just keep doing this.
They're not scared.
Just
They don't
keep
care
doing
about
this.
the police.
You know, and like you know, to your point, yeah. What's that country song? Try that in a small town.
Yeah.
You could.
But
I just don't see that. There's a reason it's always happening to this level in LA. And it's like Mark said, they're gone, man. They're gone in LA. LA is toast. LA is an anti-American shit pit.
Yeah.
Here, let's see some of this other footage here. Yeah. Just absolute peaceful protesting happening. Breaking down windows. Let's get them free Nikes while carrying Mexican flags, dude. Do we? I mean, are y'all seeing the picture yet? And people on the left, and you just, I want to voice dub the white liberal women that are screeching about the sympathy while this is going on. And you got riots happening, but nobody's
talking about solutions.
So let's see. Let's go through this again. Okay, so here's some other things. Look at these folks breaking rocks to throw at police officers. Look at this.
Throwing them off the overpass.
Look at that. Just hurling. Look at that. They
And nothing happened to them. Where is the mass arrest? Why aren't all the? By the way, did you know? It was on Alex Jones. The National Guard showed up for those people on the overpass, and LAPD turned them away and protected them.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Those are the official stand downs. I mean,
no, but
look
what I'm saying is,
look at these images, guys. Look at this.
They're showing Hispanic police officers showing up to the riots, protecting the rioters.
I believe it. I absolutely believe it.
dude, if you don't think the culture's done, if you don't think we're done, when that happens, that's the final stage. And we're
Yeah, you're seeing
done.
this
Then
is
it's
what
over.
this is what they want across the whole country.
They're gonna get it.
I'm not gonna be. I want to pump a little sunshine and rainbow.
Okay, let's do some
Mark.
sun-
Mark is getting really.
Oh,
Mark is everything's dead.
no.
Or just-
Well,
just,
no.
you know.
It's what I'm hoping is that it gets to the point where then finally the solution can begin, because I'm all about the solution, baby.
Well, and I think
I'm here for.
I
the
think a lot
solution.
of
I'm ready.
yeah,
for the
you
solution.
this isn't gonna. This will only fly in certain areas, and it's these major blue cities like this for one.
But that's growing. That's
And
growing.
it is growing, but you got to remember a lot of this is paid for and coordinated. So there is a lot of this that has to go certain ways. Let me see here. Here's another one. This is them burning American flags. So, are y'all feeling the love and empathy and support for illegal immigrants? You want to talk about a solution. You want to know how to prevent ICE raids from happening? Don't come here illegally. It's as simple as that. Dare to struggle. Just do you think any of these people out here are struggling in Los Angeles, California, as they're sitting there burning American flags and holding up other countries, El Salvador, Mexico? I mean, just, man, this is pretty wild to watch. So as I was seeing these videos come in, I just, all you can't help but just, you just here's another one here. This is interesting. This is a bold strategy. Mark, what do you think about this this guy screaming?
Oh, Aloha snack bar, huh?
A lot of snack bars. A lot of snack bars. Yeah, this militant approach to, and it's always protecting the things that are destroying us. That's absolutely insane. And then they're screaming Allah Akbar. You can't make this shit up, Mark.
Yeah, you can.
You can't, dude. This is let's see. Let's see if we've got any more of this. I figured you folks would have some fun with this. Does this look like a peaceful protest to you folks? What do y'all think about this? This is absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Look at those Mexican flags. It just, they don't really help the narrative when Trump was calling it an invasion. And they tried, remember, they were dragging them through the media that this is an invasion. Don't you think that imagery kind of gives credence to that being a
They're not worried about that.
fucking invasion,
We're,
man?
we're past it now. They're no.
Oh,
that-
here's other images.
It doesn't hurt them.
Here's the other images from the peaceful protests. Just casually hurling
like the streets of
rocks
Palestine.
and it looks like a third world country, doesn't it?
It is, because it is.
Look at
That is a third world country.
LA is a pure shit pit. LA is the butthole of America right now.
My only question is are they prepared to go nationwide? Are they prepared for New York? All the usual
No,
suspects.
I would
Chicago,
say it
San
probably
Antonio.
depends on their funding.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, they win just by sitting there. Because my
I'm
point
telling
is,
you, man, none of
it's
me
just already
believes that
going that
these things
direction.
get grassroots whipped up in Houston. You got to have funding and all this other stuff. I don't think it's as bad as it. Doesn't mean it's not getting there. Doesn't mean it won't happen either. But you have to have a lot of coordination in doing this in LA.
What is the polling on this? What do the polls say about who support? Like, for instance, what are the national polls? I know they're out there that support the protesters in the United States. It's around 38, 39%.
Yeah, I think it's close, probably more than that, I would say.
So
it's got to be at least half the country, man.
So what's that number? What is half the country? If let's say the country's at 350 million people.
Oh, it's tens of millions of people, man.
No, it's more than 100 million people.
Yeah, it's a shit ton of people
that are living here that are supporting this.
Here's some other ones. So this is from Chicago. Take a look at this, folks.
Oh, so it is kicking off.
It is kicking off. Yeah, this one's Chicago.
Here we go.
So it's coming off.
Oh, yeah,
and
here
look
we
at
go.
all these people, man.
And now we're gonna get you some.
Now
I'm getting excited. Now I'm getting excited.
Here they
Travis.
come.
These
Well, and this is why I always encourage people not to live. And I know you're big on this. Don't live in major cities.
Well, you're gonna have to go down there. and clean
Don't
up,
live
though.
in major cities.
Just population
Because
areas.
if you really want some action in the midst of all this, just go counter protest there and see how you're treated. You want to see these
So it's-
peaceful protests. So
it
yeah,
may be actually
look at
kicking
all these
off.
people, Mark.
It
Look at all
may
this.
actually be kicking off. Yeah, I was been wondering if it's going to kick off or not because
And apparently over this weekend, we'll see how much kickoff is going to happen. I'm very curious to see if Houston will participate in all this. Most of these, I'm
think
seeing
Houston
these
will.
well, Houston's a
it's
big
a
old blue
shithole.
city. It's another shithole.
Whole shithole, man.
It's another.
Houston is a vile place. Houston's vile.
Let's see if there's some more of these videos.
I wasn't sure if it was
Los Angeles riders are now moving civilian cars as shields as they lob projectiles at law enforcement. Let's see. This is from local CBS News.
She's in the corner. She's trying to get out of her car. Protesters are trying to help her? They're trying to help her, but
She sure about
this
that?
is really hectic right here. You can see other cars also. I'm kind of hiding behind this sign because, should law enforcement start to use less lethal tools, I don't want to get hit by that, but.
Well, you know what, Laura?
You can see this has really devolved very quickly. These cars, I don't know what these cars are. Yeah.
And that begs the question.
These cars are doing here.
Yeah, they're hiding behind the cars. You can see them lobbing stuff.
Now, I will
Police
tell you
officers.
this,
That's
and
pretty wild.
I have heard, these are some of the rumors that I have heard from people who are somewhat connected with former military and things like that don't put up with this, that are solutions oriented. We'll use that term because that's vague enough, but hopefully people understand what that means. There are many, many members, veterans, who have the capability to provide solutions for this, and they are organized, they are training. So eventually it's going to come down to that because the police and the military can't fix this. They can't do what needs to be done. However, other civilians can. So I think when it reaches a certain point,
Well,
then
logically speaking, just not trying to, I'm very opinionated on people that they want to go, if you had counter protest to this, you could deter this really quickly.
it wouldn't be counter protest. It would simply be
No, it would be a response.
It would be a response.
It would be a
And
response.
it would be very solutions
And
oriented.
it'd be a response.
And it would be very effective.
And if you
And it'd
think
be
about
permanent. It'd be a permanent
when I
solution.
say the people that are doing this and that back it are militant, I mean it. Look at this.
You go to cover, nigga. I'm fake, nigga. I know you do, dog. I'll spit on your plate. I'll put my dick on your plate, nigga. Fuck your family. Fuck your kids, nigga. That's how.
Why? Okay, I didn't know he was saying the N word that much. I apologize. Well, it's
No,
isn't that allowed?
It's a soft R. We're okay, but see,
But he's
boy, I dude, when I see stuff like that, things go through my mind that are not.
Oh, I know.
Family, but it kind of gets me excited because, dude, I'm so ready. Get you some. That's all I'm gonna say. Get you some.
So here's some other footage here. Let's this is some more brick throwing at the police.
Bricks at the police.
Why aren't they just arresting them all right there, Travis? This is my point.
Why is there only one car in the middle of all that? Look at that, dude. That's wow.
And
dude.
See, that's what I'm saying. And these people know the police, there's no fear. They don't fear the police. Did you hear the helicopter earlier? That was a Cobra gunship. These people don't fear the Marines. They don't fear the police. They don't fear the National Guard because they know.
They know nothing will
Can't
happen.
do
to them.
anything to them.
Dude, check this scene out.
They
So
know.
apparently there was rioters over in Overpass. They had trapped these police officers under a bridge there and were destroying their cars. Take a look at clips of this one here. This is pretty wild stuff, folks. So you see law enforcement under here. They're They're trying to extinguish their cars. They got these. Look at all. No, y'all see these bricks?
There's
What
no
did those
return
look
fire.
like? Don't those look like those bricks you saw on the pallets?
Oh, wait, no, Travis.
I
you-
know conspiracy.
You
theories.
conspiracy nut.
I know.
You start
This-
talking about Bilderbergs,
me,
and now you're
I
talking
know.
about stacks of bricks.
That right there is a wild scene.
That
man.
is an amazing scene.
That's wild
No,
stuff.
that is and that encapsulates exactly what the problem is. But people don't. Most Americans think, man, the National Guard, man, they called in the Marines. Now they'll fix it. No, they're not.
Yeah, the
They
riots are
can't.
still going
The
on. down
Marines
there.
can't do a thing about this.
Oh, and of course, this is the image that's been going viral.
Yeah.
Just
And I think that's why we're the mass arrest. Why aren't the
third
Marines kicking
world
ass?
shit pit.
The Marines ain't going to do a
That's what it
damn
is.
thing.
Well, and see, that's the other part is, the military's not supposed to be in that.
Well,
role.
no, you can in this because these are.
Well, you can do
these
the what is that called?
Well, it's not just insurrect, but these are foreign flags. So posse comitatus doesn't apply to any of this. But here's the other thing too. What if they came in and did mass arrests? Does that fix it? No,
No, they'll be right back out.
because they're going to be right back out again.
Here's what approximately 500 active duty Marines are prepared to deploy. All I've seen is prepared to deploy.
I'm telling you, man.
But hey, on the bright side,
yes, let's talk about.
we
the bright
are
side.
suing coffee shops. So Pam Bondi
thank
is
God.
on the case. I know. I thought, hey, I'm just trying to make you feel better.
Thank God.
I'm just
Thank
trying to
you,
make you
Pam
feel
Bondi.
better.
Dude, how does she do that with a straight face?
That's so insane to me. Here's another. Here's some more clips here, folks.
Look at this.
Just
Look at it. And there's nothing happening. Nothing.
Lots of cameras, foreign flags, just absolute insanity. All this over.
What kind of cars are these? They got
deporting-
something. Are these like Google car? What is?
I don't know
What is
those
going
are.
on
Those
here?
look like automated taxis.
Oh, maybe that
makes sense. Well, to me, it's automated taxis, and you need new Adidas. I mean, there's nothing that screams
This
from
could
oppression.
be fixed in 24
this.
hours. This could all be fixed, literally fixed permanently. Permanently.
Yeah, this is
in 24 hours.
All right, let me see if I
24
can find
hours.
some of these other ones. Well, and seeing that's the other part is we were talking about how they don't want this to be fixed.
Oh, this is the play. This is where we're going.
See, look at this. They want
This is
every
where we're
every
going.
part of America to look like LA.
Absolutely. They want to look like
So
Bangladesh
this is-
fucking Dash.
Yeah, dude. This
That's
is-
what they want us to look like.
Look at
They
this.
want us to look
Convenience
like
stores.
India.
Look at this. Come on. Come on. I'm oppressed.
Where are the
Those
men?
poor immigrants. I
Where
need
are
my
the
free.
men?
I need a free slushy.
Where are the men? Hey, Dad,
You
you
wanna-
want your kids living
You
like
want
this?
a you want
Where are the real
a
men?
you want a free slushy, Mark?
Whenever the real men are ready to go,
Hey, dude, I listen, man. Do you want a free slushy or not?
I want.
Do you want to protest with me?
So is that how we get a free? Can we do that in Buc-ee's?
Could you imagine people try to loot the gift shop at the Alamo?
Oh, fuck, dude.
That'd be fun.
I think that's why that didn't happen. I think they did the calculus and they said, because there were times there was going to be a defacing of the Sam Houston Monument during the Summer of Love back during the pandemic, and a bunch of Texas patriots showed up out there fully armed.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
And guess what?
Nothing happened.
Because you know what would have happened?
Oh yeah.
See, that's the solution.
Look, it is. It is just showing
It wasn't
up.
the police. It wasn't the police or National
Right,
Guard that kept
right.
him off.
It's a deterrent just showing up because everybody. You remember that scene? Everybody
I
sitting
was-
there.
Yes.
They had the guns and
It wasn't the police. It wasn't the National Guard. It was citizens
Yeah.
that were armed.
so. Okay, so we went through some of those videos. Now I just showed you folks. We just ran through clips of the peaceful protesting. Y'all all saw this. Keep this in mind when I go through this next segment, Mark. You're gonna. I know. I get you animated.
What?
And
Am I
now I'm going to show you more stuff. It's going to make it even worse,
Are you
man.
serious? Okay.
I got a question though.
Yeah.
Why does Karen Bass, the mayor of LA, always smile during these insane instances.
She's loving
She's
it.
the Joker, dude.
She's a devout communist, an avowed communist.
Yeah,
She loves this.
Let's see what she said.
Spread them out a bit. Now, obviously, they're trying to disperse them. I'm curious if now that the National Guard troops are there on the ground, if there is any urgency on the police department's part to really put out an even stronger force and a stronger posture to get this under control. So you can, and I know your governor has said that they don't want, that he's formally requested that the National Guard troops go back, that they're not needed. Were those things correlated?
Well, I absolutely agree with the
She's
governor
smiling.
in asking that the troops be withdrawn. I don't think that is a way to bring peace in Los Angeles. I think that our law enforcement officers can handle this situation, but I just have to repeat again, it's a feeling here of intentional chaos in a situation that had not broken out to violence, short of a few people, and there's nothing unusual about that. And our police departments can manage that, but it is as though troops were rolled out in a provocative manner, and I do not see how that is helpful to Los Angeles right now.
In a man, you can't, you just got to marvel at the ability to just gaslight and the complete lack of accountability from government officials from all parties. But this is so rich. This wouldn't have happened if Trump, this was happening before troops were even talking. It's the reason why troops were talking about being deployed, and the National Guard. They were burning the city down. They were burning the city to the ground and carrying other flags because ICE was deporting illegal aliens.
Unfortunately,
so, do you see the message, right, Mark?
Yeah, no.
Don't deport illegal immigrants. Right. Let them stay here. Let them.
They're not illegal.
They don't need to assimilate to our culture.
They're not
if
illegal.
you would just back off, we won't destroy your country.
We'll behave.
Just let them in.
Yeah.
Just let them in. You see, that's the message. Let them in. Unbelievable gaslighting. All right, let's go through some more. You're gonna love this. Oh God. Let's go through some of the government's response here to this stuff. Oh, this is insane. This is a LA City Councilwoman. Let's hear what she's got to say.
Technology, like AI technology, to create a situation where your department can identify, hey, there's agents, non-city of LA, in a neighboring town. Everyone go on alert in a way where you can support our business community and our immigrant community to know that it's time. That's something related to the lack of due process, the lack of
due process for illegal immigrants.
Warrants is about to hit our.
That's a councilwoman.
I'm asking a
me.
creativity question here.
I don't know what you're asking.
What can your department do to do more to warn us, to warn the business community that outside of our LA borders, coming in from Inglewood, coming in from Antelope Valley, I don't know, you can warn us so that we can warn our folks in the spirit of your loyalty to the city of Los Angeles?
So you're asking me to warn you about an enforcement action being taken by another agency before it happens?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can't do that.
Why not?
That would be obstruction of justice. You may want to talk to the city attorney.
God. Can you please not do your job and warn us in advance of an unbelievable stuff, man. Yeah, everybody heard the story about the United States senator being arrested for acting like an absolute buffoon during a press conference, I believe it was.
The fact of the matter is, a half a dozen violent criminals that you're rotating on your.
Who is that? Who is?
I don't know. What
Is that a senator or a congressman? Is
that's
that state
a
or
senator?
A federal? No, state. It's got to be a state senator.
I believe it's a state one, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see here. That's absolutely crazy.
Remember, this is all Cloward Piven. This is right in the Cloward Piven strategy. This is how the communists work. You got to hand it to them, dude. They're brilliant. They know their game plan. They do it, and they're effective 100% of the time. They got this down to a science. It works. And unfortunately, people that don't read, they're all shocked that this is happening. They're shocked when they find out the police aren't ever going to do anything, that the National Guard can't do anything, the Marines can't do anything. They're shocked. What do you mean they can't? Read books, and you'll know none of it's shocking.
So this is some of the details. So there was some testimony that was happening. Governor Hochul was absolutely devastated in an exchange on testifying on immigration policies. So a lot of these sanctuary city governors came to the stand, and here's what happened.
1. Is that correct?
I believe it is.
And you extended this executive order not once, not twice, but 3 times, most recently January 16th of this year. Is that correct?
If that's what your facts show, I signed countless executive orders.
I would
and
assume you'd
policies
know
and
it's
laws.
Executive Order 1. And this is a continuation of your predecessor's sanctuary state policies, correct? Is included in that.
I want to be sure we are defining sanctuary state
I'll
properly.
define it for you. It is the policy of the state that state officers or employees shall not disclose information to federal immigration authorities for the purpose of federal civil immigration enforcement. It goes on to say law enforcement officers may not use resources, equipment, or personnel for the purpose of detecting and apprehending any individual suspected or wanted for violating a civil immigration office. Law enforcement officers have no authority in the state of New York to take any policy action solely because the person is an undocumented alien. That's a quote in your executive orders that you extended. Now, do you know who Sakir Akan is?
I want to get back to the first part.
No,
of
I'm
the
asking a question. Do you know who
Well,
Sakir Akan is?
I want to make sure you understand that this simply says that we will cooperate with ICE.
No, it does
all-
not say that. I read what it
We will
says, and let me talk to you about the results. Do you know who Sakir Akan is? You should, as the governor of New York State. Do you know?
Refresh my recollection.
He was an illegal migrant in New York. And do you know what crime he committed in addition to being here illegally?
No, I do not.
You do not. This was widely reported. He found a 15-year-old girl, threatened her with a metal pole, told her to get into the back seat of his car. He took her clothes off, and he violently raped her in Albany, New York. Do you know who Sebastian Zapita Khalil is?
I'm sure you'll tell me there's many cases, whether they're
These are
here-
high-profile cases.
Yes.
New Yorkers know about them, and you don't. So let's talk about Sebastian Zapita Khalil. Do you know who that is?
I don't have the specific details at my disposal, no.
Well, this is an illegal migrant in New York because of your sanctuary state policies. Do you know what crime he committed?
I'm not familiar at this moment.
I bet you're going to be familiar when I remind you. He found a sleeping woman on the subway, lit her on fire, and burned her alive. This is in Kathy Hochul's New York.
Yeah. Folks, for those full video testimony, it's absolutely brutal. But I mean, look at the governor's face. I mean, they don't give a shit about people being burned
She's
alive and the
smiling on the
consequence.
inside, dude.
She did. There's
She's
some part of
celebrating it.
there's like, you know, she's
celebrating it.
well, to me, it's like she's in the spotlight.
No, she's celebrating. it.
She's in
These
the
are- these are
spotlight. She's on TV, and you know, she's getting grilled. I mean, that was a good exchange there. I don't know who that was.
She's the congressman out there, and she's
Stefanik?
Stefanik Republican.
Yeah, it's pretty good exchange
in
there.
New York, she's pretty good.
Really good stuff. Here's some other responses. Mark's favorite here, Maxine
I
Waters.
love Miss Maxine.
Let's see what she's got to say.
And even those who were out of step with what we are advocating, peaceful protest, did not create any violence. Nobody was shot, nobody was killed. Get it in your head. And so when martial law is called, what are you going to say? I missed the point. Don't miss the point, you all. Don't think that somehow, because they called out the National Guard, there was violence. There was no violence. I was on the street. I know. And I went from downtown detention back out into the community, talking to people what happened in Paramount, what happened in Compton, what happened in Inglewood.
Yeah, folks,
So,
listen.
first
Listen. Maxine Waters says, get it in your head. It's fine. There was no violence. Nobody died. Nobody got shot. Y'all just saw the video that I just played. All this shit. The ability for the left and people to swallow up the gaslighting is absolutely, it's impressive. Honestly, it's impressive. And then you got American Psycho over here.
Stand up and be held to account, a higher level of accountability. If you exercise your First Amendment rights, please, please do it peacefully. I know many of you are feeling deep anxiety, stress, and fear.
Look,
but I want you to know that you are the antidote to that fear and that anxiety. What Donald Trump wants most is your fealty, your silence to be complicit in this moment. Do not give in.
Oh man, he's there's that performative shit where he's looking like he's holding back tears while he's talking about this kind of stuff. Here's some more from old Joker maker
Karen Bass.
Karen Bass.
Karen Bass.
Looting. Many businesses have now been affected by or vandalized.
Look, she's
Last
smiling.
Night, there were
She's
23 businesses
now
that were
I'm
looted,
always smiling.
and I think that
She's
if
the
you
Joker,
drive
dude.
through downtown LA, the graffiti is everywhere and has caused significant damages to businesses and a number of properties. So my message to you is, if you do not live or work in downtown LA, avoid the area. Law enforcement will arrest individuals who break the curfew, and you will be prosecuted. Hundreds of officers from police and sheriff departments from across the region and state are working alongside LAPD through a unified command structure. The curfew will be in place tonight from 8 p.m. until 6 a.m. Looting.
Okay.
Many.
So there's no rioting, but also there's looting that's happening, but everything's fine, but everything's kind of not fine, but we got it under control, but maybe we don't. Just the same old, same old. Let's see what's going on. This is
Gotta
so
hand it to him,
insane.
man. I respect the shit out of him.
Representative LaMonica McIver has been sorry.
Is that her picture down there in the little?
Yeah, dude.
LaMonica
McIver has been indicted and faces up to 17 years in prison for allegedly assaulting federal law enforcement officers. U.S. Attorney Alina Habba made the announcement on Twitter.
Man, she didn't do nothing.
Today, a federal grand jury seated in Newark, New Jersey, returned a 3-count indictment charging U.S. Representative LaMonica McIver with forcibly impeding and interfering with federal law enforcement officers.
She didn't do nothing.
That's her right there in the red.
Man, she didn't do nothing. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Apparently it got worse after that video ended. Bold strategy, Cotton.
Dude.
Bold strategy. So let's see here. Here's another, let me see here. So Maxine Waters was suggesting that LAPD chief is making things up, said there's been no physical violence in Los Angeles riots. Guys, this was on June 9th. This was, let me look at the calendar here. Oh, God. That's like
Monday.
It's Monday. This is after this is already popping up. Well, I was surprised by the way the police chief was describing all of this. Because Maxine Waters, she's on the street.
Yeah,
she's got her ear to the beat.
She is
Police
street,
Chief
man.
Jim McDonald says the level of violence he's been seeing across Los Angeles, in his word, and I'm quoting him now, is disgusting. Given that, why shouldn't the National Guard be involved?
Well, I was surprised at the way that the police chief was describing all of this. There have been no violence where anybody that was protesting hit anybody, shot anybody, threatened anybody. Nothing has happened.
I didn't do nothing.
Nothing has happened.
Ain't nothing.
Folks, you just saw LAPD personnel being trapped under a bridge while their cars were being burned and they were getting huge bricks thrown at them over their. You can't make
I
this
didn't
shit
do
up.
nothing. They didn't do nothing.
Oh man. Here's another rich one. Judy Chu.
Judy Chu.
You love that Judy Chu.
Oh man,
What does she have to say about it?
Things and cause damage. And so yes, the LAPD came in and they called it an unlawful assembly. I believe that the LAPD has this underhand, and they
Look,
they are
there's
very
car
experienced
burning in the
riot
background.
control. So this is something that they can handle. We do not have to have the National Guard here. We certainly do not have to have the Marines here. This is a manufactured crisis, and we do not need the Insurrection Act, and that is an understatement. You have outliers that throw things and
dude, you got to give them credit, man,
and cause damage. And so, yes, the LAPD came in and they called it an
Yeah, they man, I love that clip because there's literally a whole street full of cars on fire.
Fire.
And she says it's all under control. Unbelievable.
Do you see the unicorns coming out of there?
Oh man,
Did you
just
see the
yeah, they're
unicorns?
just farting rainbow sherbet ice cream out there. Let's see here. Okay, so I wanted to also get to the press on some of this. This is good stuff. Oh god, this is a good one.
No, here we go.
Let's see how this is going.
Demonstrations had been going on right outside the federal detention center. Most of those demonstrators were very peaceful. They were chanting, they were shouting.
Look at them, she's getting taunted in the background.
That's just the culture.
Chanting, they were shouting. People were driving by Harlem Detention Center. Most of those demonstrators were very peaceful. They were
Man, that's the culture. You don't understand the culture.
chanting, they were shouting. People were driving by, honking their horns.
Bold strategy, Cotton.
Their anger about the detention.
Bold strategy. All right, let's go through some more of this. This is so unbelievable.
They didn't do nothing.
So here's the when I say, oh, sorry, I'm getting back on some of the coordinated messaging campaign. For those that aren't familiar, where we've seen this before. Here, let me just give you a glimpse of what it looks like when there's paid narratives that are put out there for local news. Now influencers are getting in on the game. Don't believe me? Here's an example one.
Hi, I'm Fox San Antonio's Jessica Headley.
And I'm Ryan Wolf.
Our greatest responsibility is to serve our
Treasure Valley communities,
the El Paso, Las Cruces communities, Eastern Iowa communities,
Mid-Michigan communities.
We are extremely proud of the quality, balanced journalism that CBS 4 News produces.
But
we are concerned about
one-sided news stories
plaguing our country.
The sharing of biased and false news has become all too common on social media. More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets
Okay, sorry, that's brutal, Fergus. You're literally watching hundreds of news stations saying the exact same thing. Of course, this became famous. Some people documenting this when senators were and politicians were going after Trump. Take a look at this one.
When I win, I will immediately bring prices down starting on day one.
Oh, folks, you can't make this shit up, man. So anyway, let's see what it looks like on the media influencer version on what's going on now.
Not a criminal one. You know what else is a civil offense? Jaywalking.
And being undocumented is not a criminal offense. It's a civil one. And if you've ever jaywalked, congratulations, because you've also committed a civil offense.
Have you ever sped over the speed limit? Have you ever drank or smoked underage? Have you ever drank and then driven a car? What about jaywalking?
Being undocumented in America is a civil offense. It's not a criminal one. It's the same caliber of crime as a traffic offense.
Just a reminder, in case anyone forgot, being undocumented is a civil offense, not a criminal one.
If you've so much as littered on public property, I never want to hear, oh, but they broke a law as a justification for your hate.
If these influencers are choosing not to use their platforms, let's force them to. I'm tired of all these influencers not speaking up right now because things are happening right now in our own backyards, and some of these people are staying quiet.
I'm taking note of clocking in and following every single
LA-based creator who is completely ignoring what's going on.
Where the fuck are all these loudmouth ass celebrities and influencers when they get on this internet and they dropping music, or they're dropping a collab, or they're dropping a motherfucking beauty kit, or they're dropping
I can't. It's too much.
What do you?
But
What,
dude, that's
what do you mean?
That started giving me a headache.
What?
For a minute. Yeah, that's
Man, I tell you, it's just all these the feminine energy.
same talking points. Just absolutely insane. This one's so good. Oh, Mark, you'll love this one. Here's another
Why is it always
TikToker.
me that's gonna love it?
Bought an American flag shirt today, and I'm gonna go return it because I wasn't even thinking. I was just like, okay, it's cute. No, like, sorry, with what's happening in our country right now, trash. I'm not wearing that. People are literally getting seized and deported without the freaking due process, like, meaning the government can literally do whatever they want, and it's slowly becoming a dictatorship. No, sorry. What? This is the scariest thing ever. Like, it's literally happening in real freaking time.
Oh my gosh.
Literally.
Like, I have so many people who I know personally who are super scared and will be affected.
They're
by
super scared.
They're super scared.
They're super scared. They've all been born here. They're here legally, but
shit with an American flag on it. No. Accidentally bought an American flag shirt today, and I'm gonna go return it because I wasn't even thinking. I was just like, okay.
Man,
how did we get this stupid?
the 19th Amendment.
Unbelievable, Mark, man. That
Prove me
you're
wrong.
literally throwing. I accidentally bought an American flag. Oh God.
Prove me wrong.
God, man, that's so bad. Oh man, you're gonna love this one. Okay, folks, buckle up for this one. This one's pretty rich, I think. Don't worry, CNN is here to assure you there are no riots. Okay,
But I know where time. I know you live in LA. I literally left Los Angeles Sunday night. What is happening in Los Angeles and the way it is being depicted is not accurate. We're talking about a square mile out of a 500 square mile city. Most people are not experiencing it the way we are showing it on television. And I think we have to be very careful because there are not riots in the street. There are some bad actors and they need to be held accountable. But we have to be careful with the language you use, because if we say riots, we cause unnecessary fear. And the real fear is when military people start flooding our streets unnecessarily.
You can't make it up, dude. Oh my goodness. That's a bold strategy, Cotton. Bold strategy.
There are solutions. Very simple.
Yeah. So here we go. I can't, dude. Right liberal woman has a mental breakdown because people are going about their normal lives and not talking about the Los Angeles. Could you imagine having this kind of disposition in your daily life?
I don't want to see you go to fucking Malibu Farmers Market on a Sunday morning. I don't want to see you go to Rodeo Drive and buy a bunch of fucking shit right now. Are you fucking kidding me? Wake up. Wake the fuck up. How are you supporting this influencer? Seriously, I need to ask you a question. If you support an influencer specifically who lives in LA right now, and you were just supporting them going about their normal daily business, their day-to-day, their pastries and their coffee and their Pilates yoga, like what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Families are being ripped apart just based on the color of their skin. Just because these fucking officers who are pretending to be ICE, no one actually knows who they are because they're just masked and in God knows what clothes, are taking them because they deemed that they don't belong here. But you're okay. You're at Pilates.
There's literally of this disposition that Trump has hired a goon squad to just round up people that are brown. That's the level of stupidity we've gone to. And shame on y'all ladies out there in California going to your Pilates, going to the farmer's market, and you're not talking about ICE raids and goon squads, and you're doing your yoga.
She got a wedding ring on, dude.
I hope not. Yeah, she sure does.
Oh, could you imagine?
Oh my God.
Oh man.
Oh, I'm gonna give credit to my wife on this one. She showed me this one that was going around making its round on TikToks. Mark, I'm sorry, baby.
This is our city, and this was Mexico. You can't kick us out of the land that was ours. Donald Trump! Fascism! Let our people free! ¡Suelta nuestra gente!
No tengas el pluma!
Blower for? Just for the fucking tear gas to blow it back at those motherfuckers. If you have a fucking blower, bring it up! Push them back! We will not do 1992 again with your fucking tanks! I was 12 then! I'm 44 now! I will die for my fucking kids! And all of these young people out here are my fucking kids! Because I'm an LA native mom! These are my fucking children you're fighting! You! Major Bass! If you can hear me, expect me in your office on Monday for attacking my children!
If you could say something to Donald Trump right now, what would you say?
Donald Trump, you can suck my left nut, you can get out of my drawer. You're just not the Salma Hayek when they give you the time of day, and because Claudia Scheinbaum make you look like a loser.
Thank you, Brittany, for that one.
Thank you, Brittany.
That was a good one.
Oh, that was a good one right
That
there.
was delicious.
Love that one. That was good.
My God.
That's a good.
Let's see.
It's all solved.
God.
24-hour solution. Just like that, and it's fixed. Just like
Yeah,
that.
even so this one's a long segment. I won't play that one. That was CNN even admitted once. See, that's the beautiful thing about X now is you can't really
They
just
don't have a-
say
right.
they don't have a monopoly on the images and the video that's coming out anymore. Now, back before Elon owned Twitter, oh yeah, you could still do this. You could do this kind of stuff. Let me see if there's any more of this good stuff. Oh God, this is so good. California Democratic Rep Nanette Barragan caused the Los Angeles riots peaceful protest.
Oh, hell yeah.
Let's take a look.
Administration that's targeting peaceful protests, people that are there protesting. The president is sending the National Guard because he doesn't like the scenes. He doesn't like the scenes of people peacefully protesting. We are having a
That's what it is. Bold strategy, Cotton.
It worked.
Trump is he doesn't like the scenes of peaceful protests because he is literally Hitler.
It's Hitler.
Totally.
Tell you what.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Oh yeah, this happened to this was a reporter. Violent rioters completely demolished Fox LA reporter Matthew Seardorf's car in Paramount, California. Let's see what he's got to say.
What's left of our work car. We had it parked near the scene. Obviously, we got here right at the beginning before we knew it was going to escalate to the situation that it got to. This is a brand new news truck that we just got.
Doesn't look new to me.
It's like the tires were slashed. They busted into the windows. We'll see. They, our personal bags were in the car. They stole all the stuff that was inside. There are some things here. Looks like they took cinder blocks through the window.
What?
Hey guys.
Wait,
hey
where
guys.
those cinder blocks
hey
come
guys.
from, Travis?
Hey guys. Did y'all see that? Did y'all catch that?
Where?
Oh my goodness.
That was a Bilderberg cinder block.
Oh, that's a Bilderberg block.
We got to call those Bilderberg BBs.
Bilderberg blocks.
Bilderberg blocks, bro.
Bilder blocks.
Can we claim that? Can we copyright that? Can we trademark
We
that?
might have to. Can
Bilderberg
y'all believe
blocks.
that? Look, guys, the pallets of cinder blocks. Come on, you can't make this up.
No.
But it's a conspiracy theory, guys. Don't listen to me and Mark on this stuff.
Oh, hell no, dude.
We don't know what we're
shit.
talking about. We don't know.
We don't know. We've
don't
never
know
read Mao.
shit, man.
Dude, we've never read any of the books, have we,
We
Travis?
don't know. Oh,
We've never.
I
read
don't
it.
read.
I don't read either.
I don't read.
I get all my stuff off the memes.
I get off the memes. I get on that. I like to watch that late night talk show host that that Jimmy Kimmel.
Mm-hmm.
He tell me it's okay. Listen to this.
It's actually funny if you think about it. The same people who were trying to convince us that January 6th was just a group of concerned patriots on a sightseeing tour are screaming about a bunch of pedestrians carrying little dogs around in their purses, waving flags.
Did y'all hear that?
Little dogs around in their purses, waving flags. The 700 Marines Trump mobilized to control the already completely in control protests just finished their hand-to-hand combat training. They say they will be deployed sometime in the next 2 days, depending on traffic.
You have to admire.
Dude,
you just have to. You can't, dude. You have to admire.
You can't dismiss them
the
because
bold, just absolute bullshittery of these people.
it works.
Well, it definitely does on the own base. This is bold strategies, Cotton.
Who's controlling everything here, bro?
See, that's the other
They
thing.
are. They're
Listen,
in control.
So, folks, hopefully today, as we go through some of this, hey, let me see if I got some more here. There's some good shit.
Oh man, Jasmine Crockett.
Don't worry, the Democrats have a plan.
I didn't do nothing.
They're gonna put Jimmy Crockett. Jasmine Crockett can save them from their own party and their own base.
Damn right.
Bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if that pays off for them. This one was pretty interesting. So Mexican Senate president suggests Mexico should take a large amount of the land from the United States because all of the Mexican names. Comments came from Senate President Gerardo Fernandez Noronha in response to the LA riots. The United States. So basically, he's saying we'll build a wall and pay for it under this condition.
La ciudad de Nuevo Laredo era una ciudad mexicana. Y la ciudad de Nuevo Laredo se formó con los mexicanos que vivían en Laredo y que no quisieron quedar del lado de los Estados Unidos y se vinieron a lo que es territorio nacional. Con esta geografía, ¿cómo puede hablar de liberar Los Ángeles y California el gobierno de Estados Unidos? ¿Liberarlos de quién? Los mexicanos y mexicanas que están asentados en ese lugar están asentados en lo que ha sido su patria.
So, that's a pretty bold map and basically saying.
So is Mexico invading, bro?
He said, and that was in that video somewhere. Listen to this. Yeah. Sorry, folks. Bear with me. Come on, Roger.
Si lo pagamos.
Yes, we'll pay for it.
Hacemos con el mapa de México en 1830.
Hey, Texans out there, how does this make you feel?
I mean,
They'll build a wall when the map looks like that again. Bold strategies, Scott.
Hey, don't laugh.
Well, this is a talking point now.
Dude, don't, because we're not
about
doing
how
anything
it was the war. When did Mexico start as a country? And who are the original settlers?
Western Europeans.
Spaniards.
Western
Europeans. Okay. These cities were founded, LA, by Spaniards, not Mexicans. Mexico wasn't in existence until 1821. Okay. Man, that is a bold strategy there.
Also, I think, did we buy all that from the Mexicans? I mean,
if you want to go through the whole history, I have a full report on that. I know we're running out of time here, but
didn't we capture Mexico City and then give it all back? Wasn't it's in the Marine Corps hymn somewhere? I mean,
just absolutely.
But don't laugh at that, Travis.
Hey, man,
Dude,
I know.
Don't. I am telling you.
Well, look, they're waving. Look, they got the.
We're not doing a damn thing.
They got the invasion populace in LA right now. They're carrying the flags,
and we're not doing a damn thing. We're not.
Very interesting.
It's embarrassing. We're not doing
very interesting.
We're not going to do a damn thing.
I do want to end off on this note. So, do y'all remember Kilmar Garcia?
Oh yes.
All right. You remember how the liberals and you had the senator that went over there had margaritas with them? Things are getting awkward as hell again for the Democrats. Super awkward, folks. Attorney General Pam Bondi alleges Kilmar Obergo Garcia not only trafficked minor children, but also solicited child porn.
No tengo se pluma.
The announcement comes that it has been revealed that Garcia has been brought back to the U.S. Garcia is accused of transporting minor children. The defendant traded the innocence of minor children for profit. The defendant abused undocumented alien females, according to the co-conspirators who are under his control, while transporting them throughout the country. This defendant trafficked firearms and narcotics and humans. A co-conspirator alleged that the defendant solicited nude photographs and videos of minors. Old strategy, Cotton. We knew it back then when they were going around the news media and defending this guy. Now they got to sit there and they got to eat it.
They're not even more. They're not losing a wink sleep.
No, they just move on to the next.
Move on to the next thing,
they
dude.
got to start to the next thing, man.
Because we're not going to do a thing about it, brother.
Absolutely insanity. Absolute insanity, folks. All right, man. We went over there,
dude.
I'm just the methylene blue. I'm telling you,
getting warmed up, bro.
You ready to keep going?
Well, I mean,
no, I don't know.
I'm making you nervous, dude. Travis gets nervous when I start talking about solutions. It's funny because Travis goes, "Now, Mark, you've
been kicked off LinkedIn.
No, but that was
strikes again.
No. That was Camel. That was.
Oh, that's right.
Time.
In your defense, yeah, you were just talking about.
And remember,
Molotov.
On the Clay and Buck show on Monday or Tuesday.
Oh yeah, they said the Marines should just mow them down.
It wasn't they. It was Clay.
Oh, okay.
And he did say the Marines need to just. I'm not going to say it, but he did say on their radio show, the Marines need to start shooting them. But anyway, he did. I could. In fact, when he said it, I went, "What did he just say?" But now he's kind of knows what's going on. Anyway, I'm not here to make anybody nervous, but
no, it's
the reality of it is,
that's I love living in Texas for a multitude of reasons. Seeing that Senate president in Mexico hold up that map was kind of it's a bold strategy, man.
Did Daniel Miller even text you or anything about that, or did?
Oh no, maybe I'll send him a screenshot of that.
You could see what we love. Daniel Miller.
Oh man,
Daniel Miller's awesome.
But listen, folks, there's obviously some coordination going on with these groups. It's very obvious. I didn't even plan on that Fox reporter and that literally that same cinder block from those pallets that
was
were being
awesome,
reported.
The builder block.
This is why I love doing this show, man, because some of the pieces just connect themselves. But it's also a very good lesson in seeing how this used to work before X had these videos that were put out there.
Oh yeah.
You would have Jimmy Kimmel on the news saying it's ladies holding dogs in their purses and just waving Mexican flags. And they're literally burning down the city, blocking traffic and just causing mass unruly chaos. Spontaneous protest, quote unquote, popping up 400 to 500 people strong, whole caravans and all foreign flags and go. This reeks. Something is obviously up. And you can see what this looks like. If we didn't have X, we'd be battling Jimmy Kimmel on late night news.
Canceled. We'd already.
There's no way we'd be able to do this show right now. So there's no way. But covering this is vital because, they'll just sit there and gaslight you, say it's not happening while they're showing burning cars on your screen. And, I always wonder about the demographic that actually watches, some of the mainstream news and they just,
it ain't white.
But I think what's incredible to me is, these people, they hate the country that they live in. People that have illegally came here. They're not even from here. And like they have some kind of right, after being fed and housed and given state IDs and given all the same rights that Americans fought and died for hundreds of years ago. And all of a sudden, so how does that work, right? Because the land was taken from Mexico, but before Mexico, they were Spaniards. But who did the Spaniards? You see, how far back can you go through all this stupid shit? You have to respect conquest at some point. You do. The country is what it is. If people down there want to wave these flags and they want to actually make it about taking the country away hey, man, good luck. Go for it. Go for it. You can get away with this stuff in California. You know, I like that. Texas isn't far off, folks. It really isn't. You go visit the state capital here, it's shameful, guys. It's a shameful shithole. And
With
it's
San
the
Antonio,
capital.
Austin, Houston.
You know, and a lot of the Hispanic population in Texas respects Texas. A lot of them do. They do. In the history that's here, and you know, the Tejano kind of angle to all this stuff. But
Well, that's Texas.
that's Texas. That's
That's
correct.
not Mexican, dude.
That's
That is
Texas.
Texas.
That's Texas.
They may be a little browner, but they're Tex. That is
Yeah,
Texas.
those are the people that
That's Texas.
man,
bro.
that's Texas. So it's just very and then you see the video of the TikTok influencers that are out there just like, you should be ashamed for not talking about it. And you notice they're all, did you see why are they all white liberal women?
There's an answer for that.
This is by design, folks. This is meant to appeal to the most narcissistic crowd of people. And, you know, it's all wrapped in the name of benevolence. These people don't care about the immigrants. They care about their views holding over you, looking down at you like they have some type of moral authority, as they were the same people that were cheering on people getting fired for refusing COVID jabs, for not masking. They are petty authoritarians. They are the shit stain in our country, and they're part of the problem. So, everybody, good luck in Los Angeles. If you're in a major city, get the hell out of there, especially a blue city. You can't make up the level of incompetence and absolute intentional destruction of our country more than what we just saw over this past week. And we'll probably see more. So tune in next week to the Defiance Daily Show. We'll cover more on the Bilderberg Group and see what else is happening as far as some of this. I did say last week I'd cover the Diddy trial and some of those happenings. We get an update on Ghislaine Maxwell. We'll save that for another time because
Is that what that baby oil was for back there in the break room?
yeah, I had a
Dude, you had a
set
prop,
back
didn't you?
there. Yeah,
You had a prop.
I had the props ready to go.
Damn, dude.
You'll have to settle for Libby's juice, Mark.
Oh,
So.
God.
Folks, thank you for watching. We had a huge
Yes.
audience today. This is getting really fun. I know we're 3 hours and 20 minutes in.
Holy moly, man.
Yeah, appreciate y'all sticking around for the show. Tune in next week for more. And we'll do I'll try to continue on the gentlemanly segments there.
Oh, we have another segment of the
Eventually I'll get Mark to wear a suit and tie too.
He keeps saying that.
You really don't have to. You really don't have to, but God bless you all.
Happy Friday,
Mark,
13th.
let's bid them adieu. Go ahead and say bye to
Bid you guys
bye to the
adieu.
crowd.
God bless you. Lock and load. We love y'all. Come back next Friday and tell people about the show. Invite some friends.
Yeah,
We really
thank y'all so
appreciate
much for joining. Stay reliable, stay safe, and Godspeed. God bless you all.